Many people imagine ninjas as silent figures dressed in black, but the historical reality is more complex and human. During Japan's Sengoku period, a time of constant war, leaders needed specialists in espionage and reconnaissance. In the mountain regions of Iga and Koga, local families developed these skills as practical survival strategies, not as legend. Early shinobi focused on gathering information, infiltration, and disguise, often blending in as farmers, merchants, or monks rather than standing out in dark uniforms. Over time, folklore, theatre, and film reshaped these covert operatives into the stylized, black-clad warriors of modern fantasy. This documentary explores the earliest documented missions, the social conditions that created the shinobi, and how myth gradually replaced reality. When we look at the gap between history and legend, are we discovering the truth about the past, or revealing what we most want to believe? The tumultuous socio-political landscape of feudal Japan, a period marked by incessant warfare and shifting allegiances, served as the crucible for the emergence of the ninja clans. During the Sengoku period, roughly from the mid-15th to the early 17th century, the traditional samurai code of honor, while revered, often proved insufficient for the ruthless demands of territorial expansion and political survival. This era of constant conflict fostered an environment where unconventional warfare, espionage, and sabotage became not just advantageous, but essential for survival, laying the groundwork for the shadow warriors. The earliest documented evidence of activities that could be attributed to ninja-like figures appears sporadically in Japanese historical records, often couched in vague terms, or attributed to individuals rather than organized groups. Accounts from the 14th century, particularly within military chronicles like the Taiheki, describe skilled operatives performing acts of arson, infiltration, and assassination. These individuals were not yet called ninja, but their methods clearly foreshadowed the tactics that would later define the clandestine agents. These early mentions are critical, demonstrating that the need for such specialists predated the formal establishment of the well-known ninja clans. Geographically, two regions stand out as the primary cradles of ninja development: Iga Province and Koga District, part of Omi Province. These mountainous, difficult-to-access areas offered natural fortifications and isolation, allowing communities to develop independently of central authority. The rugged terrain made conventional warfare challenging and provided ideal training grounds for individuals skilled in stealth, reconnaissance, and guerrilla tactics. The people of Iga and Koga, often independent local gentry and farmers, learned to defend themselves and their lands through unconventional means, eventually formalizing these skills into systematic training. Interestingly, Buddhist monasteries played a significant, albeit often overlooked, role in the early development of ninja. Many monasteries, especially those in mountainous regions, were not just centers of spiritual learning but also served as military strongholds, training their monks in martial arts for self-defense. These warrior monks, known as sohi, often engaged in espionage and unconventional warfare themselves. It is believed that some disillusioned monks, or those seeking more practical applications of their martial and philosophical training, either joined or significantly influenced the nascent ninja groups, bringing with them knowledge of strategy, medicine, and mental discipline. Economically, the formation of ninja clans was deeply intertwined with the decentralized power structure of feudal Japan. Unlike the samurai, who were retainers bound by loyalty and stipend to a specific lord, early ninja often operated as independent contractors. Their skills in intelligence gathering, sabotage, and assassination were highly sought after by various daimyo feudal lords who were constantly vying for power. This created a lucrative market for their services, allowing these clandestine groups to coalesce, train, and maintain their operational independence. The ability to hire these specialists on an ad hoc basis offered a cost-effective and deniable alternative to direct military engagement, further fueling the demand for their unique talents. Traditional Japanese warfare, as epitomized by the samurai, was often characterized by honor, direct confrontation, and a strict code of conduct. Battles were frequently stylized, with warriors announcing their names and lineages before engaging in combat, and open field engagements were common. However, the ninja introduced a fundamentally different paradigm, one focused on deception, subterfuge, and achieving objectives through indirect means. Their methods eschewed the samurai's emphasis on glory in open battle, prioritizing instead the element of surprise and the exploitation of an enemy's weaknesses from the shadows. The first documented stealth missions in Japanese military history reveal a stark contrast to conventional engagements. These were not grand charges across battlefields, but rather meticulously planned infiltrations, acts of arson under the cover of darkness, and targeted assassinations. One notable early example involves the burning of enemy castles or supply depots, often carried out by a small number of operatives who would slip past guards, ignite strategic points, and disappear before the alarm could be fully raised. Such acts were devastating to an enemy's morale and logistics, proving the efficacy of stealth over brute force. The evolution of guerrilla warfare techniques in feudal Japan is intrinsically linked to the ninja. Faced with numerically superior or better equipped adversaries, ninja and their communities developed strategies that relied on hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and exploiting the natural terrain. They mastered the art of leading enemies into unfavorable positions, using their intimate knowledge of the local environment to their advantage. This form of irregular warfare was a precursor to many modern special operations tactics, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of asymmetrical conflict. The influence of Chinese military strategies on ninja methodology cannot be overstated. Ancient Chinese texts, particularly Sun Tzu's Art of War, provided a theoretical framework for many of the ninja's core principles. Concepts such as deception, the importance of intelligence gathering, avoiding direct confrontation when possible, and the strategic use of spies were all central tenets of Sun Tzu's philosophy. These ideas permeated Japanese military thought and were particularly embraced by the ninja, who found them perfectly aligned with their operational objectives of achieving victory through cunning rather than sheer strength. The development of early ninja weapons and tools reflected their unique approach to warfare. Unlike the samurai's katana, designed for open combat, ninja tools were often multifunctional, concealable, and adapted for specific tasks like infiltration or sabotage. The earliest iterations included simple but effective items, specialized ropes for climbing, small hand tools for prying open doors or digging, and rudimentary explosives or incendiary devices. These were not weapons of honor, but instruments of efficiency, designed to facilitate stealth, overcome obstacles, and achieve objectives with minimal direct engagement. The training regimen for aspiring ninja was exceptionally rigorous, demanding not only peak physical condition, but also an unwavering mental fortitude. It began at a very young age, often from childhood, and encompassed a vast array of disciplines far beyond conventional martial arts. Trainees would endure demanding physical exercises designed to build endurance, strength, and agility, including extensive running, climbing, swimming in harsh conditions, and mastering various forms of acrobatics to navigate difficult terrain and evade capture. This comprehensive physical conditioning ensured they could perform demanding missions under extreme duress. Beyond the physical, mental conditioning and psychological preparation techniques were paramount. Ninja trainees were taught to control their emotions, particularly fear, and to maintain composure in life-threatening situations. Meditation practices were integral, not just for spiritual development, but for enhancing focus, sharpening perception, and cultivating a calm mind amidst chaos. They learned to observe minute details, analyze situations rapidly, and make snap decisions under pressure, all while maintaining a detached, objective perspective. This mental discipline was crucial for successful espionage and survival. The secret knowledge transmission systems within ninja clans were highly structured and fiercely guarded. Unlike samurai traditions that often involve public displays of skill, ninja teachings were passed down through oral tradition, encrypted scrolls, and practical apprenticeship, often within family lineages. This ensured that sensitive information, including specialized techniques, codes, and operational secrets, remained within the clan and was not easily compromised. The master-disciple relationship was central, with knowledge imparted gradually as the student demonstrated proficiency and trustworthiness. The role of family lineages in ninja training was profound. Many ninja clans were essentially extended families, with skills and secrets passed down from generation to generation. Children were immersed in the ninja lifestyle from birth, absorbing the customs, principles, and basic techniques as part of their upbringing. This hereditary aspect created a strong sense of identity and loyalty, fostering a tight-knit community where trust and shared purpose were fundamental. It also meant that training was deeply integrated into daily life, making the acquisition of ninja skills a natural progression rather than a separate curriculum. Initiation rituals and ceremonies for new ninja members, while shrouded in secrecy, marked a significant transition for the trainee. These ceremonies often symbolized a commitment to the clan, a pledge of loyalty, and an acceptance of the responsibilities and dangers of the ninja path. While specific details are scarce, it is believed these rituals could involve taking an oath, participating in symbolic tests of courage or skill, or perhaps even undergoing a form of spiritual dedication. The act of initiation solidified their identity as a full-fledged ninja, binding them irrevocably to their clan and its objectives. Ninja operatives mastered the art of disguise, employing a vast array of personas to blend seamlessly into various social settings. Their disguises were not merely changes of clothing, but complete transformations involving mannerisms, speech patterns, and even psychological adaptation to the role. Common guises included merchants, itinerant monks, kamuso or yamabushi, performers, fortune-tellers, farmers, and even samurai, each chosen to facilitate infiltration into specific environments or to gather intelligence without arousing suspicion. The goal was always to appear utterly unremarkable, to be seen but not truly noticed. The psychological principles behind successful infiltration were deeply understood and meticulously applied by the ninja. They knew that people tend to see what they expect to see, and that an individual who fits into a pre-existing social category is far less likely to be scrutinized. By adopting a persona that was both common and non-threatening, they could move through enemy territory or observe targets undetected. They also understood the power of distraction and misdirection, using their chosen role to divert attention while gathering critical information or preparing for a mission. It was an exercise in social engineering, manipulating perceptions to achieve their objectives. The materials and methods used to create convincing disguises were practical and resourceful. Ninja would use readily available clothing and accessories appropriate to the chosen persona. They might alter their appearance with subtle makeup, dirt, or wigs made from natural fibers. The key was authenticity and attention to detail. A merchant's attire would be worn and slightly stained, a monk's robes impeccably simple. They often carried props relevant to their disguise, such as merchant goods, musical instruments, or religious implements, further reinforcing their assumed identity and providing plausible reasons for their presence in various locations. Documented cases where disguise played a crucial role highlight the ninja's ingenuity. One famous account involves a ninja infiltrating a castle disguised as a gardener, meticulously mapping its defenses and routines while tending to the grounds. Another tells of an operative posing as a traveling entertainer, gaining access to private quarters, and gathering intelligence through casual conversation. These instances demonstrate that the most effective disguises were those that allowed the ninja to remain in plain sight for extended periods, observing and collecting information without ever drawing undue attention to themselves. The social classes most commonly impersonated by ninja were those that afforded them the greatest mobility and least suspicion. Farmers and peasants, for example, could move freely through rural areas without question. Merchants had access to towns, castles, and even lords' residences under the guise of trade. Buddhist monks and Yamabushi mountain ascetics were particularly effective as their religious status allowed them to travel widely and seek alms or shelter in virtually any community, often with an air of respect or spiritual authority that deflected suspicion. These roles provided the perfect cover for their clandestine activities. The ninja's arsenal was characterized by practicality, versatility, and often concealability, differing significantly from the more ceremonial and overt weapons of the samurai. The shuriken, often depicted as a star-shaped throwing weapon, was one such signature tool. While indeed used for throwing, they came in various forms, including straight spikes, bow shuriken, and flat, multi-pointed designs. Their primary purpose was not to kill but to distract, disorient, or injure an opponent, creating an opening for escape or a more decisive strike. They could also be used to pin clothing, mark trails, or even as improvised cutting tools. The kunai, a seemingly simple digging tool, was another quintessential ninja implement. Resembling a trowel or a stout dagger, it could be used for climbing by being hammered into walls, for digging holes, for prying open doors, or even as a close-quarters weapon. Its unassuming appearance allowed it to be carried without suspicion, making it an ideal multifunctional tool for infiltration and combat. This emphasis on utility over specialized combat design distinguished ninja weaponry. The ninjutsu, often portrayed as a straight short sword, stands in contrast to the curved, longer samurai katana. While the historical existence and exact form of the ninjutsu are debated, its conceptual purpose was clear. It was designed for practical use in confined spaces and for specific ninja tasks. Its shorter length made it less cumbersome for climbing and tight maneuvers, and its straight blade was potentially easier to draw quickly in close quarters or to use as a lever. Some theories suggest its scabbard might have been used for climbing or even as a breathing tube underwater, further highlighting the ninja's emphasis on multi-purpose tools. Climbing tools and equipment were essential for the ninja's infiltration tactics. Beyond the kunai, they utilized specialized ropes with grappling hooks, kaginawa, foldable ladders, and even suction cups or spiked sandals for scaling walls. Their agility and strength were further augmented by these ingenious devices, allowing them to overcome formidable defenses and access areas considered impenetrable by conventional means. The ability to move vertically with ease was a hallmark of their infiltration expertise. Specialized ninja tools for navigation and reconnaissance were also crucial. These included compasses, often disguised or integrated into other items, and maps meticulously drawn from memory or captured intelligence. For reconnaissance, they might use spyglasses or listening tubes to gather information from a distance. They also developed methods for creating and deciphering codes, further aiding their intelligence-gathering operations while ensuring secure communication. Investigation into poison-making techniques and applications reveals a dark but effective aspect of ninja operations. They possessed extensive knowledge of botany and chemistry, enabling them to extract and synthesize various poisons from plants, animals, and minerals. These poisons could be used for assassination, incapacitation, or even to contaminate food and water supplies. They also developed antidotes and methods for administering poisons discreetly, such as coating weapons, mixing them into drinks, or creating gas-like substances for stealthy deployment. This mastery of toxicology was a potent, albeit ethically dubious, weapon in their arsenal. Ninja castle design and defensive architecture were fundamentally different from those of conventional daimyo castles, prioritizing stealth, deception, and escape over overt grandeur and impenetrable walls. Instead of massive stone keeps, ninja strongholds, particularly in IGA and Koga, often utilized smaller, less conspicuous structures integrated into the natural landscape. These were designed to appear unassuming from the outside, often blending with local village architecture, while containing a labyrinth of hidden defenses within. The emphasis was on luring an attacker into a confusing and dangerous environment rather than repelling them with sheer force. A key feature of ninja strongholds was the prevalence of hidden rooms and secret passages. These were integral to their defensive strategy, allowing ninja to move undetected within their own fortresses, ambush intruders from unexpected angles, or simply disappear. These secret spaces could be concealed behind sliding walls, karakuri heya, under floors, or within seemingly ordinary cupboards. The complexity of these hidden routes created a disorienting experience for any invading force, turning the stronghold into a deadly maze. Discussion of trap-making techniques and mechanical security systems reveals the ninja's ingenuity in defensive engineering. Strongholds were often riddled with cleverly disguised traps, designed to injure, disorient, or delay intruders. These included tripwires, falling blocks, hidden pits, otoshiana, and even complex mechanisms that could trigger alarms or release noxious fumes. Mechanical security systems might involve intricate locking mechanisms, false doors, or rotating walls that could quickly alter the layout of a room, trapping or confusing an enemy. Exploration of water-based defenses and moat systems showcased another layer of ninja architectural sophistication. While conventional castles used wide, deep moats as a primary barrier, ninja strongholds might incorporate smaller, strategically placed water features, ponds, or even artificial streams that could be used for concealment, escape, or to funnel attackers into kill zones. These water elements could also disguise underwater entrances or serve as part of a complex drainage system that could flood areas to impede an invasion. Investigation of escape routes and emergency protocols was paramount in ninja architecture, recognizing that even the most cunning defenses could eventually be breached. Ninja strongholds were designed with multiple, often elaborate, escape routes. These could include secret tunnels leading far outside the castle walls, hidden exits disguised as wells or latrines, or passages that led to nearby wilderness areas. Emergency protocols involved pre-planned rendezvous points, methods for destroying sensitive documents, and strategies for evacuating non-combatants, ensuring the survival of the clan even if their stronghold fell. Ninja were masters of surveillance, employing a wide array of methods to observe targets without being detected. Their techniques ranged from simple, patient observation from a hidden vantage point, utilizing natural cover or urban anonymity, to more sophisticated methods involving disguises and infiltration. They would meticulously study routines, identify vulnerabilities, and gather intelligence on troop movements, political machinations, and economic conditions. Every detail, no matter how small, was considered potentially valuable for their employers. Communication systems and code languages were essential for relaying sensitive information securely. Ninja developed intricate systems of coded messages, often using seemingly innocuous poems, songs, or everyday conversations to hide vital intelligence. They also utilized various forms of cryptography, including substitution ciphers and even steganography, where messages were hidden within other texts or images. Silent communication methods, such as hand signals, specific gestures, or arrangements of objects, allowed them to convey information discreetly during missions or in the presence of enemies. Infiltration strategies for gathering intelligence were a cornerstone of ninja operations. This involved not just physically entering enemy territory, but also mentally and socially penetrating their circles. Ninja would adopt carefully crafted personas, cultivating relationships, and gaining trust to extract information. They might pose as servants, merchants, or even disaffected samurai, slowly building a network of contacts and gleaning critical details through casual conversation or by observing private moments. The art was in becoming an accepted yet invisible part of the target environment. Psychological manipulation techniques were also employed to extract information or influence behavior. Ninja might spread rumors, sow discord among enemy ranks, or exploit existing rivalries to weaken an opponent from within. They understood human motivations and vulnerabilities, using flattery, intimidation, or even blackmail to achieve their aims. The goal was to create an environment where the target would inadvertently reveal information or act in a way that benefited the ninja's mission, often without realizing they were being manipulated. Investigation of record-keeping and information storage methods reveals a pragmatic approach to intelligence management. While much was committed to memory, especially within the confines of a mission, important intelligence, historical data, and clan secrets were often recorded in coded scrolls or documents. These were typically stored in hidden compartments within strongholds or entrusted to specific clan members. The methods were designed to ensure that even if a stronghold was compromised, critical information would not fall into enemy hands, often involving self-destructing elements or complex retrieval systems known only to a few. Female ninja, known as kunoichi, were an integral and often underestimated asset within ninja clans, undergoing specialized training tailored to their unique strengths and societal perceptions. Their training encompassed not only the standard physical and mental disciplines of their male counterparts, but also focused on skills that exploited traditional gender roles. This included proficiency in espionage, seduction, disguise, and the subtle arts of persuasion, making them exceptionally effective in intelligence gathering and infiltration, where a male operative might draw suspicion. The unique techniques developed by female operatives leveraged their ability to move in social circles, often inaccessible to men. They mastered the art of appearing harmless, innocent, or even desirable, using these perceptions to their advantage. Kunoichi might specialize in poisons hidden in everyday items, or use small, easily concealed weapons like hairpins or fans with sharpened edges. Their fighting styles often emphasized agility, evasion, and striking vital points, allowing them to overcome physically stronger opponents. Documented missions carried out by kunoichi, though often scarce due to the clandestine nature of their work, reveal their critical contributions. They were frequently employed as spies within enemy castles, posing as maids, courtesans, or entertainers, positions that granted them access to sensitive information and key figures. Some accounts suggest they played roles in assassinations, using their charm and cunning to get close to targets before delivering a fatal blow or administering poison. Their successes often hinged on their ability to remain utterly unsuspected. The social advantages women had in intelligence gathering were significant in feudal Japan. Women were often perceived as less threatening and less capable of espionage, allowing kunoichi to operate with a lower profile than their male counterparts. They could move between households, attend social gatherings, and engage in conversations that would be considered inappropriate for men, all while gathering valuable intelligence. This societal blind spot made them invaluable assets for infiltration and deep cover operations. Investigation of famous female ninja in historical records is challenging due to the deliberate secrecy surrounding their identities and operations. However, figures like Mochizuki Chiome are often cited as examples. While her exact role is debated, she is believed to have established a school for kunoichi, training orphans and displaced women in the arts of espionage and combat. These women were then deployed as a network of spies and agents, demonstrating the organized and strategic use of female operatives within some ninja factions. Their legacy, though shrouded in mystery, underscores the vital and distinct contributions of kunoichi to ninja history. Ninja possessed a detailed and sophisticated knowledge of herbal medicine, a crucial skill for their survival and operational effectiveness. They meticulously studied local flora, identifying plants with medicinal properties for healing wounds, alleviating pain, or combating illnesses. This botanical expertise allowed them to create poultices, tinctures, and teas, which were essential for self-treatment in the field where conventional medical assistance was unavailable. Their understanding extended to the preparation and storage of these remedies, ensuring their potency and availability during extended missions. Battlefield first aid techniques were a vital part of ninja training, designed to treat injuries quickly and effectively to ensure continued mobility and survival. They learned how to stop bleeding, splint broken bones, clean and dress wounds to prevent infection, and even perform rudimentary field surgery when necessary. The emphasis was on practical, immediate care to stabilize a patient and facilitate their extraction or continued operation, often using readily available materials from their environment. Discussion of poison antidotes and treatments highlights the dual nature of their chemical knowledge. Just as they mastered the creation of poisons, ninja also developed an extensive understanding of various antidotes and detoxification methods. This knowledge was critical for protecting themselves and their allies against enemy poisons, as well as for treating accidental exposures. They would likely carry specific antidotes or know where to find the necessary ingredients in the wild, showcasing their comprehensive grasp of toxicology and pharmacology. Exploration of meditation and healing practices reveals the holistic approach to health within ninja culture. Beyond physical remedies, ninja utilize meditation techniques not only for mental conditioning but also for pain management, stress reduction, and accelerating the body's natural healing processes. These practices were believed to enhance focus, reduce recovery time, and maintain overall well-being, allowing them to endure the physical and psychological toll of their demanding lives. Investigation of specialized dietary regimens sheds light on their efforts to maintain peak physical condition and endurance. Ninja often adhered to diets composed of nutrient-rich, easily digestible foods that provided sustained energy without being heavy or causing sluggishness. This might include grains, vegetables, lean proteins, and specific concoctions designed to boost stamina or aid recovery. Their dietary practices were a deliberate part of their overall training, reflecting an understanding of the link between nutrition and performance. The moral principles governing ninja operations were pragmatic, and often diametrically opposed to the samurai's overt code of Bushido, focusing instead on objective achievement and the survival of the clan. While the samurai glorified open combat and honorable death, the ninja prioritized stealth, deception, and the successful completion of a mission, even if it meant resorting to methods considered dishonorable by mainstream society. Their ethics were rooted in utility and effectiveness, rather than rigid moral dogma. Loyalty systems and clan hierarchies were central to the ninja's operational structure and ethical framework. Loyalty was primarily directed towards the clan and its leadership, which often comprised a master jonin and his immediate family. This familial and communal bond superseded loyalty to external employers, ensuring that clan secrets and interests were always protected. Within the hierarchy, strict obedience to superiors was expected, with decisions flowing from the jonin down to the chonin middle-level leaders and jonin field operatives. The relationship between ninja and their employers was contractual and often transactional. Ninja were hired as specialists for specific tasks, and their loyalty extended only as far as the terms of the agreement. They operated as independent contractors, selling their unique skills in espionage, sabotage, and assassination to various daimyo or powerful figures. This detached professional relationship allowed them to maintain a degree of neutrality and avoid becoming entangled in the political loyalties of their clients, while still adhering to their own clan's code of conduct regarding fulfilling contractual obligations. Exploration of conflict resolution within ninja communities indicates a strong emphasis on internal harmony and the preservation of clan unity. Disputes were likely handled internally, often through the mediation of the jonin or senior members, to prevent external interference or the weakening of the clan's cohesion. Given the clandestine nature of their existence, internal conflicts could pose a significant threat to their survival, thus fostering a system that prioritized swift and discreet resolution. Investigation of punishment systems for code violations reveals a strict, yet perhaps pragmatic, approach to maintaining discipline. Violations of clan rules such as revealing secrets, insubordination, or failing a mission due to negligence could result in severe consequences. While capital punishment was certainly a possibility for grave offenses like treason, lesser infractions might lead to demotion, ostracization, or rigorous retraining. The ultimate goal of any punishment was to ensure the integrity and continued effectiveness of the clan, reinforcing the importance of loyalty, discretion, and operational excellence. Ninja were consummate masters of wilderness survival, possessing a comprehensive understanding of how to thrive in harsh natural environments. Their training instilled in them the ability to endure extreme weather conditions, navigate treacherous terrain, and remain self-sufficient for extended periods away from civilization. This mastery was crucial for escaping pursuit, establishing hidden bases, or conducting operations in remote areas, making them truly independent operators. Analysis of weather prediction methods showcases the ninjas' acute observational skills and deep connection to nature. They learned to read subtle signs in the sky, wind patterns, animal behavior, and plant responses to anticipate changes in weather. This allowed them to plan movements, prepare for storms, or utilize adverse conditions like fog or heavy rain for cover during operations, turning environmental challenges into tactical advantages. Discussion of food gathering and preservation was a fundamental survival skill. Ninja were adept at foraging for edible plants, hunting small game, and fishing, identifying safe and nutritious sources of sustenance in the wild. They also understood various methods of food preservation, such as drying, smoking, or pickling, to create rations that could sustain them during long missions or periods of scarcity, ensuring they remained nourished and energetic. Exploration of navigation techniques reveals their proficiency in traversing unfamiliar landscapes, day or night. They utilized celestial navigation, tracking the sun and stars, as well as terrestrial navigation, interpreting landforms, water flows, and vegetation patterns. Their ability to move silently and without leaving a discernible trace further enhanced their navigational prowess, allowing them to travel discreetly and efficiently. Investigation of shelter building and camouflage demonstrates their resourcefulness and ability to blend into their surroundings. Ninja could construct temporary shelters using natural materials that offered protection from the elements while remaining virtually undetectable. They also mastered the art of personal camouflage, using mud, leaves, and other natural elements to break up their silhouette and blend seamlessly into the environment, making them incredibly difficult to spot even at close range. Ninja fighting styles were uniquely adapted for stealth, efficiency, and survival, fundamentally differing from the more formalized and often ritualistic martial arts of the samurai. Their techniques emphasized practicality, focusing on disabling opponents quickly, escaping dangerous situations, and using the environment to their advantage. Rather than engaging in prolonged, honorable duels, ninja sought to end confrontations swiftly and decisively, often through surprise. Analysis of defensive techniques and evasion methods reveals a core principle of ninja combat: avoiding direct hits and creating opportunities for counterattack or escape. They mastered various forms of body movement, including rolls, dodges, and acrobatic maneuvers, to evade strikes and disorient opponents. Their defensive strategies were often integrated with offensive moves, turning an opponent's momentum against them or using their own movements to set up a quick, incapacitating strike. Discussion of grappling and close combat systems highlights their proficiency in unarmed combat. When direct engagement was unavoidable, ninja were skilled in techniques designed to control, subdue, or incapacitate an opponent at close quarters. This included joint locks, throws, chokes, and pressure point strikes, all aimed at quickly neutralizing a threat without necessarily resorting to lethal force. Especially if the objective was capture or interrogation, exploration of weapon-based martial arts encompassed a wide array of tools beyond the sword. Ninja were trained to use everything from staves and spears to more specialized implements like kusarigama, sickle and chain, and various bladed tools. Their weapon training emphasized adaptability, teaching them to use common objects as improvised weapons and to fight effectively in diverse environments. From open fields to cramped corridors, the focus was on turning any object into an extension of their will. Investigation of specialized training methods included unique exercises designed to enhance their combat effectiveness. This involved training in darkness to sharpen senses, practicing fighting in various terrains, and simulating real-world combat scenarios to develop quick reflexes and situational awareness. They also engaged in mental exercises to overcome fear and maintain calm under pressure, recognizing that psychological fortitude was as crucial as physical prowess in combat. Covert operation planning was a meticulous and multi-layered process for ninja, leaving nothing to chance. Each mission began with extensive intelligence gathering on the target's layout, security protocols, personnel, and routines. This information was then analyzed to identify vulnerabilities and devise the most effective entry and exit strategies, escape routes, and contingency plans. Every detail, from the time of day to potential distractions, was factored into the strategy to maximize success and minimize risk. Analysis of target assessment techniques involved a comprehensive evaluation of the objective, whether it was a person, a document, or a location. Ninja would scrutinize the target's defenses, habits, and psychological profile. They would identify key individuals, assess their loyalty, and determine potential weaknesses that could be exploited. This deep understanding of the target allowed them to tailor their approach, ensuring that their methods were as precise and effective as possible. Discussion of entry and exit strategies was paramount for any infiltration mission. Ninja employed a variety of methods to gain access, from scaling walls and bypassing locks to using disguises and exploiting social vulnerabilities. Once inside, they had pre-planned routes for navigating the target location, and equally critical, carefully mapped out escape routes to ensure their safe withdrawal after completing the mission. These plans often included multiple contingencies for unforeseen circumstances. Exploration of counter-surveillance methods was essential for ninja to avoid detection and ensure their operations remained secret. They were trained to recognize when they were being watched, to blend into crowds, and to use environmental elements to shake off tails. This included techniques like walking in seemingly random patterns, doubling back, or using false trails to mislead pursuers, all designed to maintain their anonymity and protect their clandestine activities. Investigation of deep cover operations highlights the ninja's capacity for long-term infiltration and intelligence gathering. In these missions, operatives would embed themselves within enemy territory or organizations for extended periods, sometimes years, slowly building trust and gathering critical information. This required immense patience, adaptability, and an unwavering commitment to their assumed identity, making them virtually indistinguishable from the local populace or the enemy's own ranks. Mental conditioning techniques were central to the ninjas' training, designed to forge an unshakable will and a resilient mind capable of enduring extreme stress and danger. This involved rigorous exercises in self-control, focus, and concentration, enabling them to maintain composure in life or death situations. They were taught to detach emotionally from their actions, allowing them to perform difficult tasks without hesitation or moral qualms, prioritizing the mission above all else. Analysis of fear management and control reveals a sophisticated understanding of human psychology. Ninja were not fearless, but they were trained to acknowledge fear, understand its physiological effects, and then systematically overcome or channel it. Through repeated exposure to challenging scenarios and mental exercises, they learned to transform fear into heightened awareness and sharpened senses, using it as a tool rather than allowing it to paralyze them. Discussion of decision-making under pressure was a critical aspect of their psychological preparation. Ninja were constantly in high-stakes environments where split-second decisions could mean the difference between success and failure, or life and death. They were trained to assess situations rapidly, analyze available information, and execute the most effective course of action without succumbing to panic or indecision. This ability was honed through extensive practical experience and simulated scenarios. Exploration of meditation practices went beyond spiritual enlightenment, serving as a powerful tool for mental purification and enhancement. Regular meditation helped ninja to clear their minds, improve their focus, and sharpen their intuition. It also aided in stress reduction, allowing them to recover mentally from the psychological toll of their dangerous profession and maintain a state of calm readiness. Investigation of psychological warfare methods illustrates the ninjas' understanding of how to manipulate the minds of their adversaries. This involved spreading rumors, sowing discord, and creating an atmosphere of fear and paranoia within enemy ranks. They might use propaganda, false flag operations, or targeted acts of sabotage to demoralize opponents, undermine their leadership, and weaken their resolve, often achieving victory without direct combat. Ninja clan leadership hierarchies were typically well-defined, though often shrouded in secrecy to protect their operational integrity. At the apex was the Jonin, the head of the clan, who held ultimate authority and was responsible for strategic decisions, client relations, and the preservation of clan secrets. The Jonin usually possessed the most advanced skills and knowledge, acting as both a leader and a master teacher. Analysis of specialized roles within clans reveals a division of labor that maximized efficiency and expertise. Beyond the general field operative genin, there were chunin, who served as middle-level commanders, leading smaller teams and managing specific operations. Other specialists might include experts in disguise, explosives, poisons, communication, or specific martial arts, each contributing their unique skills to the overall success of the mission. This specialization allowed the clan to tackle a wide range of assignments with precision. Discussion of family relationships and succession within ninja clans underscores the hereditary nature of many of these organizations. Leadership often passed down through bloodlines, ensuring continuity and the secure transmission of knowledge. Clan members were often bound by kinship, fostering a deep sense of loyalty and shared destiny. This familial structure also provided a natural framework for early training and indoctrination into the ninja way of life. Exploration of inter-clan alliances and rivalries highlights the complex political landscape in which ninja operated. While some clans might form temporary alliances for specific missions or against common enemies, intense rivalries also existed, particularly between the prominent IGA and Koga clans. These rivalries could manifest in competition for contracts, espionage against each other, or even outright conflict, reflecting the broader feudal power struggles of the era. Investigation of clan governance systems suggests a blend of authoritarian leadership and communal decision-making. While the Jonin held ultimate power, significant decisions likely involved consultation with senior members or chunin, particularly regarding major operations or strategic shifts. This internal system aimed to maintain cohesion, ensure the best possible outcomes, and protect the collective interests of the clan. Ninja relied heavily on hand signals and silent communication to convey information discreetly, especially during infiltration or combat scenarios where verbal communication was impossible or dangerous. These signals were a complex language of gestures, understood only by trained operatives, allowing them to coordinate movements, warn of danger, or indicate targets without uttering a sound. This silent language was crucial for maintaining the element of surprise and operating effectively in stealth. Analysis of written code systems demonstrates the ninjas' sophisticated approach to secure information exchange. They developed various forms of cryptography, including simple substitution ciphers, more complex polyalphabetic ciphers, and even steganography, where messages were hidden within innocent-looking texts or images. These codes ensured that if messages were intercepted, they would be incomprehensible to enemy forces, protecting vital intelligence and operational details. Discussion of message delivery methods encompassed a range of ingenious techniques designed for speed, security, and deniability. Messages could be carried by specially trained animals, such as carrier pigeons, or secreted within seemingly innocuous objects. Human couriers, often disguised, would use prearranged routes and dead drops to exchange information. The methods prioritized discretion, ensuring that the message reached its intended recipient without revealing its source or content to outsiders. Exploration of smoke and fire signals provided a means of long-distance communication, particularly useful for coordinating movements between distant groups or signaling the success or failure of a mission. Specific patterns of smoke plumes or fire flashes, visible from afar but difficult for untrained eyes to interpret, could convey prearranged messages. These signals were often used in conjunction with other methods to confirm critical information or alert allies to significant events. Investigation of animal-based communication systems highlights the ninjas' resourcefulness and intimate understanding of the natural world. Beyond carrier pigeons, they might have used trained dogs for carrying messages or as early warning systems. The ability to interpret animal behavior also served as a form of communication, indicating the presence of intruders or changes in the environment, allowing ninja to react accordingly. The funding sources for ninja clans were diverse, reflecting their mercenary nature and operational independence. Their primary income came from contracts with various daimyo, who hired them for espionage, sabotage, assassination, and unconventional warfare. These payments were often substantial, reflecting the high value of their specialized services and the risks involved. Beyond direct payments, clans might also engage in trade, farming, or even banditry in certain circumstances to supplement their income and maintain self-sufficiency. Analysis of mission payment structures reveals a pragmatic approach to compensation. Payments were typically negotiated based on the difficulty, risk, and strategic importance of the mission. Some contracts might involve upfront payments, while others were contingent on successful completion. Rewards could also include land, resources, or political favors, further solidifying the clan's economic and social standing. The contractual nature of their work meant they were essentially a for-profit enterprise in the shadows. Discussion of resource management was crucial for the long-term survival and operational capacity of ninja clans. They had to manage their finances carefully, investing in training, equipment, and the maintenance of their strongholds. Resources, including food, weapons, and specialized materials for poisons or disguises, were likely stockpiled and meticulously managed. Efficient resource allocation ensured that the clan could sustain itself and respond to new opportunities or threats. Exploration of trade relationships indicates that ninja clans were not entirely isolated. They likely engaged in legitimate trade with neighboring communities for goods they could not produce themselves, such as certain metals for weapons or specialized fabrics. These trade networks could also serve as a cover for their clandestine activities, allowing operatives to move freely and gather intelligence under the guise of commerce. Investigation of financial security measures highlights the ninjas' awareness of the need to protect their assets. Funds might be stored in hidden caches within their strongholds or invested in discrete ventures. Their independence meant they could not rely on a single lord for their livelihood, necessitating a diversified economic base and secure financial practices to ensure the clan's long-term stability and readiness for future operations. Ninja were deployed in large-scale military operations, not as frontline combatants but as strategic assets, whose actions could turn the tide of battle. They would often precede major engagements, gathering intelligence on enemy troop dispositions, supply lines, and command structures. Their actions aimed to soften the enemy, create confusion, and provide a decisive advantage for the main samurai forces. Analysis of battlefield roles and tactics reveals their unique contributions. Ninja might be tasked with assassinating enemy commanders, destroying vital supply depots, setting fires to create diversions, or spreading misinformation to demoralize enemy troops. They excelled at night operations, using the cover of darkness to infiltrate enemy camps, sabotage equipment, or launch surprise attacks that disrupted formations and sowed panic. Discussion of siege warfare techniques showcases their invaluable role in attacking or defending castles. During sieges, ninja on the attacking side would infiltrate to open gates, set fires, poison wells, or gather intelligence on the castle's weak points. For defenders, ninja would conduct counter-espionage, ambush besieging forces, and create escape routes or resupply lines, operating both inside and outside the besieged stronghold. Exploration of naval operations, though less commonly depicted, also saw ninja involvement. They might be employed to sabotage enemy ships, infiltrate coastal fortifications, or gather intelligence on naval movements. Their skills in swimming, diving, and operating small, stealthy vessels would have been crucial for such maritime missions, expanding their operational reach beyond land-based activities. Investigation of counter-ninja tactics demonstrates that their methods were not unknown to their adversaries. Feudal lords and samurai eventually developed strategies to counter ninja threats, including enhanced security protocols, the use of guard dogs, and employing their own counter-espionage agents. This constant cat-and-mouse game led to an ongoing evolution of ninja tactics, as they adapted to new defensive measures and sought ever more ingenious ways to achieve their objectives. Buddhist influences were deeply embedded within ninja culture, shaping not only their mental discipline but also their worldview. Many ninja training regimens incorporated zazen meditation, a practice aimed at achieving heightened awareness, emotional control, and mental clarity. This spiritual grounding provided a framework for enduring hardship, facing danger with equanimity, and maintaining focus during critical missions, transcending mere physical training. Analysis of Shinto elements in ninja culture reveals a connection to indigenous Japanese beliefs, particularly regarding nature and ancestral spirits. Ninja often revered local deities and spirits associated with mountains, forests, and natural phenomena, seeking their protection or guidance. This spiritual connection to the land likely reinforced their understanding of wilderness survival and camouflage, viewing nature not just as a resource but as a sacred entity. Discussion of meditation techniques, as previously mentioned, was central to their psychological and spiritual development. Beyond zazen, ninja likely practiced various forms of mindfulness and visualization to enhance their senses, improve memory, and cultivate an inner calm that allowed them to perform under immense pressure. These practices were integral to their self-mastery and operational effectiveness. Exploration of ritual practices, while not always overtly religious, often served to reinforce clan identity, commitment, and mental preparation. These could involve specific ceremonies before missions, purification rites, or offerings to deities for success and protection. Such rituals helped to instill a sense of purpose and collective identity, binding clan members together through shared beliefs and practices. Investigation of supernatural beliefs within ninja communities reflects the broader cultural context of feudal Japan, where a belief in omens, spirits, and magical powers was common. While ninja were fundamentally pragmatic, some accounts suggest they might have utilized or even cultivated a mystique around supernatural abilities to intimidate enemies or enhance their own legend. This blend of practical skill and perceived spiritual power added another layer to their enigmatic reputation. Societal changes profoundly affected ninja clans, ultimately leading to their decline. The unification of Japan under powerful figures like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu brought an end to the incessant warfare of the Sengoku period. With the establishment of a centralized government and a relatively peaceful era, the demand for mercenary spies, saboteurs, and assassins drastically diminished. The very conditions that had fostered their rise evaporated. Analysis of technological advances that made traditional methods obsolete played a significant role. The widespread adoption of firearms, particularly arquebuses, transformed warfare, While ninja adapted to some extent, the increasing power of conventional armies and defensive technologies made stealth and individual infiltration less effective against massed firepower and organized defenses. The individual shadow warrior became less impactful in an era of gunpowder. Discussion of the transition to peaceful times, known as the Edo period, saw the ninja struggling to find a new purpose. Many former ninja were either absorbed into the new shogunate as intelligence agents or security forces, or they faded into civilian life, their specialized skills no longer in high demand. The need for their clandestine services was replaced by a desire for stability and order, for which their disruptive methods were ill-suited. Exploration of the last known ninja operations chronicles a gradual fading from the historical record. While some ninja families continued to serve the Tokugawa shogunate in intelligence roles, their activities became even more secretive and less overtly martial. The heroic age of the independent mercenary ninja was over, replaced by a more bureaucratic and less impactful existence, often disguised within the official structures of government. Investigation of modern claims to ninja lineage reveals a complex and often debated topic. While some families and martial arts schools claim direct descent from historical ninja clans, verifiable proof is often elusive due to the inherent secrecy of ninja traditions. Many of these claims are difficult to substantiate, blurring the lines between historical fact, family tradition, and modern interpretation, contributing to the ongoing mystique and debate surrounding the ninja legacy. Popular ninja myths have largely been shaped by entertainment, creating a fantastical image that often bears little resemblance to historical reality. The pervasive image of ninja clad in black, silently leaping across rooftops and wielding exotic weapons is a product of kabuki theater and later, modern media. This dramatic portrayal, while compelling, has overshadowed the more nuanced and pragmatic reality of their historical existence. Analysis of Hollywood's influence on ninja perception reveals a significant departure from historical accuracy. Films and television shows often depict ninja with supernatural abilities, magical powers, and a singular focus on martial prowess. This hyper-stylized representation, while entertaining, has cemented many misconceptions, transforming the ninja from skilled covert operatives into almost mythical figures, far removed from their actual historical context. Discussion of historical inaccuracies is essential to understanding the true ninja. The iconic black costume, for instance, was a theatrical convention to denote invisibility on stage, not a practical uniform for stealth, as black stands out under moonlight. Ninja wore disguises appropriate to their mission, aiming to blend in, not to be conspicuous. Similarly, their weapons were tools of utility, not always the elaborate specialized instruments often portrayed. Exploration of actual capabilities versus fiction highlights the profound difference between legend and reality. While ninja were indeed masters of espionage, sabotage, and unconventional warfare, they were human beings, not superhuman warriors. Their skills were the result of rigorous training, ingenuity, and a deep understanding of their environment and human psychology, not magical powers or impossible feats of agility. Their effectiveness lay in their discretion and planning, not in overt displays of force. Investigation of documented facts versus legends reveals a constant tension. Historical records, though sparse and often cryptic, paint a picture of pragmatic, resourceful individuals who operated in the shadows out of necessity. Legends, however, often embellish their feats, attributing to them extraordinary powers and an almost mystical aura. Separating these two distinct narratives is crucial for a genuine understanding of who the ninja truly were. Contemporary martial arts have been significantly influenced by ninja traditions, even if indirectly. While direct lineage to historical ninja ryu schools is rare, the principles of evasion, grappling, use of unconventional weapons, and adaptability in combat can be seen in various modern self-defense systems. The focus on practical application and survival, rather than purely sportive competition, echoes the pragmatic approach of the ninja. Analysis of modern military techniques derived from ninja methods reveals a fascinating evolution. Special operations forces around the world utilize principles pioneered by ninja, including stealth infiltration, intelligence gathering, sabotage, and psychological warfare. The emphasis on small, highly trained units operating behind enemy lines using deception and surprise, directly mirrors the operational philosophy of feudal Japan's shadow warriors. Discussion of ninja influence on current special operations highlights the enduring relevance of their tactics. Modern commandos are trained in advanced camouflage, silent movement, close-quarters combat, and the use of specialized tools for breaching and reconnaissance, all echoing the ninja's toolkit. The concept of unconventional warfare itself owes a debt to the historical practices of forces like the ninja, who redefined what it meant to fight effectively. Exploration of surviving ninja traditions is a complex area. While the era of the mercenary ninja clans is long past, some martial arts schools in Japan, such as the Bujinkan Dojo, claim to preserve elements of ninja training and philosophy. These schools teach historical martial arts that incorporate techniques believed to be derived from ninja and samurai traditions, offering a glimpse into what their training might have entailed. Investigation of authentic ninja schools today requires careful discernment. Many institutions claim to teach ninjutsu, but the authenticity and direct lineage to historical ninja are often debated. However, those schools that focus on practical self-defense, survival skills, and a holistic approach to physical and mental conditioning, rather than fantastical abilities, likely carry forward the true spirit of what it meant to be a ninja. Current research methods in ninja studies are increasingly interdisciplinary, moving beyond popular myths to historical texts, archaeological findings, and sociological analysis. Scholars are scrutinizing military chronicles, clan documents, and local histories with a critical eye, seeking to reconstruct a more accurate picture of ninja activities and their societal roles. This academic rigor is essential for separating fact from fiction. Analysis of newly discovered historical documents occasionally unearths fresh insights into ninja history. While rare, the discovery of a previously unknown clan scroll, a government record detailing a ninja operation, or a personal diary can provide invaluable primary source material. These finds help to fill gaps in our understanding and challenge long-held assumptions about their origins, methods, and decline. Discussion of technological applications to historical study is revolutionizing ninja research. Techniques like ground-penetrating radar can reveal hidden structures in old strongholds, while digital analysis of texts can uncover patterns in coded messages. Advanced imaging can help decipher faded scrolls, and computational linguistics can shed light on the evolution of their language and communication methods, offering new ways to explore the past. Exploration of preservation efforts focuses on safeguarding remaining historical sites, artifacts, and any surviving clan records. This includes the conservation of ninja residences, training grounds, and the careful curation of museum collections. These efforts are crucial for providing tangible links to the past and ensuring that future generations can access authentic historical evidence. Investigation of educational programs and academic interest highlights a growing scholarly engagement with ninja history. Universities and research institutions are offering courses and conducting studies on the ninja, moving them from the realm of pop culture into serious academic inquiry. This increased academic interest is vital for deepening our understanding and promoting a nuanced, historically informed perspective on these enigmatic figures. Authentic training methods, though adapted for modern contexts, are still in use today, focusing on core principles of physical conditioning, mental discipline, and practical skills. These methods emphasize functional strength, agility, stealth, and self-defense, rather than the fantastical martial arts often depicted in media. Preserving these traditional training philosophies ensures that the practical wisdom of the ninja is not lost. Analysis of efforts to separate fact from fiction is a continuous and crucial endeavor in preserving the true ninja legacy. Historians, martial arts practitioners, and cultural institutions are actively working to debunk popular myths and present a historically accurate portrayal of the ninja. This involves critical evaluation of sources, public education, and challenging misleading narratives that obscure the real history. Discussion of cultural preservation initiatives includes museums, heritage sites, and educational programs dedicated to the ninja. These initiatives aim to accurately represent their history, techniques, and cultural significance. By showcasing authentic artifacts, historical documents, and informed interpretations, they help to counter misinformation and foster a deeper appreciation for the ninja's genuine contributions to Japanese history. Exploration of historical site conservation is vital for maintaining tangible connections to the ninja's past. Preserving the remains of IGA and Koga strongholds, hidden passages, and training grounds allows for archaeological study and offers visitors a physical context for understanding their environment and methods. These sites serve as powerful reminders of where the ninja operated and the challenges they faced. Investigation of living traditions and their guardians highlights the role of individuals and organizations dedicated to maintaining authentic ninja knowledge. Whether through martial arts lineages, family histories, or academic research, these guardians are committed to passing down accurate information and practices. They act as bridges between the past and the present, ensuring that the true complex legacy of the ninja continues to be understood and respected. The meticulous documentation of oral histories and traditional practices stands as another cornerstone in the preservation of ninja heritage. These invaluable narratives, passed down through generations, often contain nuanced details about techniques, philosophies, and daily life that written records might omit or simplify. By recording these spoken traditions, whether through interviews with elder practitioners or analysis of historical accounts, we capture the subtle intricacies of ninja culture before they are lost to time. This effort goes beyond mere transcription. It involves a deep understanding of the cultural context, the symbolic meanings embedded in stories, and the practical application of the knowledge being shared. It is a race against the inevitable passage of time and the fading memories of those who hold these precious fragments of history. Furthermore, the academic study of ninja history and culture is indispensable for a comprehensive and accurate understanding. Scholars, utilizing a wide range of methodologies including textual analysis, archaeological findings, and comparative cultural studies, can dismantle myths and construct a more evidence-based narrative. Their work involves critically examining primary sources, evaluating the biases inherent in historical accounts, and synthesizing diverse pieces of information into a coherent picture. This rigorous academic approach not only corrects popular misconceptions, but also uncovers previously unknown aspects of the ninjas' roles in society, their political affiliations, and their technological innovations. It is through this scholarly dedication that the ninja are elevated from mere figures of folklore to subjects of serious historical inquiry, revealing their complex contributions to the tapestry of Japanese history. The development of educational programs and public outreach initiatives plays a crucial role in disseminating accurate information about the ninja to a broader audience. These programs can take many forms, from museum exhibitions and documentary films to interactive workshops and school curricula. The goal is to engage the public, particularly younger generations, with the true history of the ninja, moving beyond the sensationalized portrayals often found in popular media. By presenting well-researched content in an accessible and engaging manner, these initiatives can cultivate a genuine interest in Japanese history and culture, fostering a deeper appreciation for the ninja's multifaceted legacy. They bridge the gap between academic research and public understanding, transforming obscure historical facts into compelling narratives that resonate with contemporary audiences. Moreover, international collaboration and cultural exchange are increasingly important in fostering a global understanding of the ninja. As interest in Japanese culture continues to grow worldwide, there is an opportunity to share authentic ninja history with a global audience. This can involve joint research projects between international scholars, exchanges of cultural artifacts, and the participation of Japanese experts in international cultural events. Such collaborations not only enrich the global discourse on ninja history, but also promote cross-cultural dialogue and mutual understanding. They highlight the universal appeal of stories of skill, strategy, and resilience, while ensuring that the distinct cultural context of the ninja is respected and accurately represented on the world stage. These efforts contribute to a more nuanced global perspective, moving beyond superficial interpretations to a deeper appreciation of the ninja's historical and cultural significance. The intricate relationship between the ninja and the natural environment in which they operated is a facet that deserves particular attention in any comprehensive study. Their survival and effectiveness were inextricably linked to their acute understanding and utilization of the landscape. The mountains, forests, rivers, and even the subtle shifts in weather patterns were not merely backdrops to their activities. They were integral components of their strategy and their very way of life. This deep ecological knowledge allowed them to move unseen, to establish hidden bases, and to leverage natural obstacles as defensive barriers or strategic advantages. For example, the dense forests of Iga and Koga provided ideal cover for their clandestine movements, their training grounds, and their self-sufficient communities. They understood the seasonal cycles of plant life, knowing which plants offered sustenance, which possessed medicinal properties, and which could be used to create dyes or even poisons. Their ability to navigate treacherous terrain, both by day and under the cloak of night, was a testament to years of rigorous training and an intimate familiarity with their surroundings. Furthermore, the ninjas' architectural adaptations within their environment reveal a profound ingenuity. Their homes and strongholds were often designed to blend seamlessly with the natural landscape, employing camouflage techniques and utilizing local materials. Hidden rooms, secret passages, and escape routes were not mere architectural whims but practical necessities, deeply integrated into the design of their dwellings. These structures were often built into hillsides or nestled within dense foliage, making them incredibly difficult for outsiders to detect. The famous ninja houses, with their revolving walls, trapdoors, and concealed compartments, are not simply tourist attractions. They are tangible evidence of a sophisticated understanding of spatial manipulation and defensive architecture, designed to provide both security and a means of evasion. This blend of environmental understanding and architectural innovation speaks volumes about their adaptive capabilities and their constant state of preparedness. The role of animal observation and interaction in ninja training and operations is another compelling aspect. The ninja were keen observers of nature, learning from the behaviors of animals. They understood the patterns of birdsong, the movements of nocturnal creatures, and the subtle signs that indicated the presence of others in the wilderness. This knowledge was not merely for survival, but was often integrated into their intelligence gathering and communication methods. For instance, the use of trained animals, such as dogs or even birds, for messages or distraction, while perhaps exaggerated in popular culture, has roots in their practical application of animal behavior. Their ability to move silently through the forest, mimicking the stealth of a predator, was a skill honed through years of observing and understanding the natural world around them. This deep connection to the animal kingdom further underscores their holistic approach to their craft, viewing themselves as part of a larger ecosystem rather than apart from it. The philosophical underpinnings of ninjutsu, often intertwined with esoteric Buddhist practices and Shinto beliefs, provide a crucial lens through which to understand the ninja's worldview. While often portrayed as mere assassins or spies, many ninja practitioners adhered to a complex ethical code and a spiritual framework that guided their actions. Concepts like nin, which embodies endurance, perseverance, and stealth, were not just practical skills but also philosophical principles. They sought to achieve a state of mental and physical harmony, often through meditation and rigorous self-discipline, which allowed them to remain calm under pressure, to think clearly in chaotic situations, and to endure extreme hardships. This spiritual dimension provided them with an inner strength and resilience that went beyond mere physical prowess. It was a philosophy of adaptability, of finding strength in subtlety, and of achieving victory through indirect means, often emphasizing self-preservation and the minimization of conflict when possible. Moreover, the ninja's strategic thinking was deeply influenced by classical Chinese military treatises, such as Sun Tzu's The Art of War, which found their way to Japan centuries before the rise of the ninja. These texts, with their emphasis on deception, intelligence gathering, psychological warfare, and the importance of knowing both oneself and one's enemy, resonated deeply with the ninja's operational philosophy. They understood that direct confrontation was often the least efficient and most dangerous path to success. Instead, they valued the power of misinformation, the disruption of enemy morale, and the exploitation of weaknesses through subtle manipulation. Their strategies were often multi-layered, involving long-term planning, intricate networks of informants, and the ability to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. This intellectual engagement with military theory elevated their actions beyond simple banditry or mercenary work, positioning them as sophisticated strategic thinkers in their own right. The economic infrastructure that supported ninja communities is another fascinating area of study, often overlooked in favor of their more clandestine activities. Ninja families and clans were not isolated entities. They were integrated into the broader Japanese economy, albeit often operating on the fringes. They engaged in various trades and professions, often as farmers, merchants, or artisans, using these legitimate fronts to gather intelligence, maintain their anonymity, and generate income. This dual existence allowed them to blend seamlessly into society, making them incredibly difficult to identify. Their economic activities also provided cover for their training and equipment, as the resources generated through their legitimate work could be channeled into developing their skills and acquiring necessary tools. This self-sufficiency and economic diversification were crucial for their long-term survival and operational independence, highlighting their practical approach to sustaining their unique way of life. The development and evolution of ninja weaponry and tools offer a tangible glimpse into their ingenuity and adaptive capabilities. While popular culture often focuses on fanciful gadgets, the actual tools of the ninja were often practical, multifunctional, and designed for their specific operational needs. The shuriken, for example, while iconic, was one of many projectile weapons, often used for distraction or to create an opportunity for escape, rather than as a primary offensive weapon. Their arsenal included climbing claws for scaling walls, grappling hooks for traversing obstacles, specialized ropes for bindings or rappelling, and various tools for lockpicking and covert entry. Many of their tools were disguised as everyday items, further enhancing their ability to blend in. The kama, a farming sickle, could be used for combat, while the kusuragama, a sickle with a chain and weighted end, offered both reach and entanglement capabilities. This emphasis on practicality, adaptability, and disguise underscores their innovative approach to problem-solving and their constant quest for efficiency in their clandestine work. The role of women within ninja communities is a topic that has gained increasing attention, challenging traditional narratives that often portray the ninja as exclusively male. While the extent of their direct combat roles may be debated, it is clear that women played significant and often indispensable roles in ninja operations. They served as intelligence gatherers, couriers, and even as decoys, utilizing their social positions and perceived innocuousness to gain access to information or infiltrate enemy strongholds. Their ability to move within social circles often inaccessible to men, such as within noble households or merchant communities, made them invaluable assets. Furthermore, women were central to maintaining the domestic and logistical infrastructure of ninja communities, ensuring the smooth functioning of their hidden bases and the well-being of their families. Their contributions, though often less visible, were crucial to the overall success and sustainability of ninja clans, revealing a more complex and inclusive picture of ninja society than previously imagined. The impact of the Sengoku period, a time of intense civil war and political upheaval in Japan, on the development and proliferation of ninja activities cannot be overstated. This era of constant conflict created an unprecedented demand for the specialized skills that ninja offered: intelligence gathering, sabotage, assassination, and counterintelligence. Daimyo, or feudal lords, eagerly sought out the services of ninja clans to gain an advantage over their rivals, recognizing the strategic value of covert operations. The fragmented political landscape and the constant shifting of alliances provided fertile ground for ninja to operate, as their loyalties could be bought or leveraged to serve various factions. This period saw the ninja evolve from localized, self-sufficient groups into highly organized and strategically important entities, their skills becoming indispensable tools in the ruthless game of feudal warfare. The chaos of the Sengoku period, therefore, was not just a backdrop, it was a driving force behind the ninjas' rise to prominence and the refinement of their unique craft. The eventual decline of the ninja as a distinct and organized force is closely tied to the unification of Japan under the Tokugawa shogunate. With the establishment of a centralized and relatively peaceful government, the demand for covert warfare specialists dramatically decreased. The era of constant conflict that had fueled their existence gave way to a period of stability, reducing the need for their unique services. While some ninja may have continued to serve the shogunate in various capacities, perhaps as secret police or intelligence agents, their overt role as independent mercenary groups largely faded. The new political order emphasized control, order, and transparency, making the clandestine nature of ninja operations less desirable and more difficult to sustain. This transition from an age of war to an age of peace fundamentally altered the landscape in which the ninja operated, leading to their gradual assimilation into other societal roles or the fading of their distinct identity. However, the legacy of the ninja did not simply vanish. It transformed and adapted. Many of the skills and techniques developed by the ninja found new applications in the arts, crafts, and even the spiritual practices of later periods. The principles of stealth, discipline, and resourcefulness, honed over centuries of clandestine activity, continued to influence various aspects of Japanese culture. For example, some martial arts schools incorporated elements of ninjutsu into their training, focusing on evasion, disarming techniques, and the use of unconventional weapons. The philosophical aspects of endurance and mental fortitude, central to the ninja's worldview, resonated with other spiritual disciplines. Even in more mundane aspects of life, the ingenuity and adaptability that characterized the ninja found expression in various forms of craftsmanship and problem-solving. This enduring influence, often subtle and unacknowledged, speaks to the profound impact the ninja had on the broader cultural fabric of Japan, far beyond their direct operational period. The modern fascination with the ninja, while often fueled by sensationalized portrayals, also reflects a deeper human interest in themes of skill, mystery, and the underdog. The image of the ninja as a master of stealth, a silent warrior who operates outside the conventional rules, continues to capture the imagination of people worldwide. This enduring appeal has led to the proliferation of ninja in popular culture, from films and video games to literature and comic books. While these portrayals frequently diverge from historical accuracy, they serve as a powerful cultural phenomenon, keeping the idea of the ninja alive in the collective consciousness. It is this popular fascination that often serves as the initial gateway for many to delve deeper into the actual history and complexities of the ninja, prompting a curiosity that can lead to more informed and nuanced understandings. The challenge, then, lies in harnessing this popular interest to educate and enlighten, to separate the myth from the reality, and to foster a deeper appreciation for the ninja's genuine contributions to Japanese history. The exploration of historical site conservation is vital for maintaining tangible connections to the ninja's past. Preserving the remains of IGA and Koga strongholds, hidden passages, and training grounds allows for archaeological study and offers visitors a physical context for understanding their environment and methods. These sites serve as powerful reminders of where the ninja operated and the challenges they faced. For instance, the Egeryu Ninja Museum in Mie Prefecture stands as a prime example, meticulously reconstructing a ninja residence with its intricate network of hidden doors, rotating walls, and secret compartments. This provides a visceral experience for visitors, allowing them to physically interact with the architectural ingenuity that was central to ninja survival. Beyond mere display, archaeological digs at these locations continually unearth artifacts, from everyday tools to specialized weapons, offering concrete evidence that corroborates historical texts and oral traditions. Each unearthed fragment, be it a pottery shard or a piece of a climbing claw, contributes to a more complete and accurate mosaic of ninja life. The preservation efforts extend beyond individual structures to the surrounding landscapes, recognizing that the natural environment, the dense forests, rugged mountains, and winding rivers, was an integral part of their operational theater. Maintaining these natural settings allows for a better understanding of their movement techniques, their camouflage strategies, and their reliance on the terrain for both defense and offense. Without the physical preservation of these sites, the ninja's history risks becoming an abstract concept, detached from the very ground upon which they walked and fought. Investigation of living traditions and their guardians highlights the role of individuals and organizations dedicated to maintaining authentic ninja knowledge. Whether through martial arts lineages, family histories, or academic research, these guardians are committed to passing down accurate information and practices. They act as bridges between the past and the present, ensuring that the true complex legacy of the ninja continues to be understood and respected. For example, certain martial arts schools in Japan, while perhaps not directly descended from historical ninja clans in the way popular media might suggest, nevertheless preserve and teach techniques and philosophies that bear a striking resemblance to documented ninja practices. These schools often emphasize practical self-defense, evasion, and the use of unconventional tactics, alongside a strong ethical code. The practitioners in these lineages dedicate their lives to rigorous training and scholarly study, ensuring that the knowledge is not merely memorized but deeply understood and embodied. Similarly, some families in regions historically associated with ninja, like IGA and Koga, maintain oral histories and ancestral records that offer unique insights into their forebears' activities. These family narratives, often passed down with great care, provide personal perspectives and localized details that are absent from broader historical accounts. Academic researchers, in turn, play a critical role in documenting, analyzing, and contextualizing these living traditions, ensuring their authenticity and integrating them into a larger historical framework. They interview practitioners, translate ancient texts, and compare contemporary practices with historical descriptions, acting as crucial intermediaries in the preservation process. These guardians, whether martial artists, family historians, or scholars, are not merely preserving a set of techniques, they are safeguarding a philosophy, a way of life, and a vital piece of human history. Their tireless efforts ensure that the intricate skills and deep understanding of the ninja are not lost to the tides of time, but rather continue to inspire and inform future generations. The meticulous documentation of oral histories and traditional practices stands as another cornerstone in the preservation of ninja heritage, offering an invaluable window into aspects of their lives that written records often fail to capture. These narratives, passed down through generations, are not merely anecdotes. They frequently contain nuanced details about specific techniques, philosophical underpinnings, and the subtle intricacies of daily life that might be omitted or oversimplified in official chronicles. Imagine listening to an elder practitioner describe the precise way to tie a particular knot for a specific purpose, or recounting a story that illustrates the psychological tactics employed to deceive an enemy. These are the kinds of details that breathe life into history. By diligently recording these spoken traditions, whether through in-depth interviews with the last remaining practitioners, careful analysis of historical accounts that reference such oral transmissions, or the study of traditional performing arts that may encode elements of ninja movement or strategy, we are able to capture the subtle complexities of ninja culture before they are irrevocably lost to the inexorable march of time. This effort transcends simple transcription. It demands a profound understanding of the cultural context in which these stories are told, the symbolic meanings embedded within the narratives, and the practical application of the knowledge being shared. It is a race against the inevitable fading of memories and the erosion of living traditions, striving to capture the fragile essence of a past that exists more in spoken word and embodied practice than in ink on parchment. Furthermore, the academic study of ninja history and culture is indispensable for constructing a comprehensive and accurate understanding, moving beyond sensationalism to evidence-based scholarship. Scholars, employing a diverse array of methodologies including rigorous textual analysis of ancient scrolls, meticulous examination of archaeological findings from suspected ninja strongholds, and insightful comparative cultural studies with similar clandestine groups globally, work tirelessly to dismantle pervasive myths and construct a more verifiable narrative. Their work involves critically examining primary sources, such as war chronicles, family records, and local legends, while simultaneously evaluating the inherent biases and perspectives of the original authors. They meticulously cross-reference information, synthesize disparate pieces of evidence, and patiently reassemble fragments of information into a coherent and historically sound picture. The development of educational programs and public outreach initiatives plays a crucial role in disseminating accurate information about the ninja to a broader, global audience, transforming academic insights into accessible and engaging experiences. These programs can manifest in a multitude of forms, ranging from thoughtfully curated museum exhibitions that display authentic artifacts alongside compelling historical narratives, to meticulously researched documentary films that bring the ninja's world to life, and from interactive workshops that allow participants to experience simplified aspects of ninja training, to incorporating accurate ninja history into school curricula. The overarching goal is to engage the public, particularly younger generations who are often first introduced to ninja through exaggerated media, with the true, nuanced history of the ninja, guiding them gently beyond the sensationalized portrayals often found in popular media. By presenting well-researched content in an accessible, engaging, and culturally sensitive manner, these initiatives can cultivate a genuine and lasting interest in Japanese history and culture, fostering a deeper, more informed appreciation for the ninja's multifaceted and often surprising legacy. They effectively bridge the gap between specialized academic research and broader public understanding, transforming what might otherwise be obscure historical facts into compelling and relatable narratives that resonate deeply with contemporary audiences, sparking curiosity and encouraging further exploration. Moreover, international collaboration and cultural exchange are increasingly important in fostering a truly global understanding of the ninja, transcending national borders and fostering mutual respect. As interest in Japanese culture continues to grow exponentially worldwide, there presents a unique and significant opportunity to share authentic ninja history with a diverse global audience. This can involve joint research projects between international scholars from different disciplines, facilitating the exchange of cultural artifacts between museums across continents, and encouraging the participation of Japanese experts in international cultural events, academic conferences, and educational forums. Such collaborations not only significantly enrich the global discourse on ninja history by bringing in diverse perspectives and methodologies, but also actively promote cross-cultural dialogue and foster a deeper mutual understanding between nations. They highlight the universal appeal of stories centered around skill, strategy, resilience, and adaptability, while simultaneously ensuring that the distinct and intricate cultural context of the ninja is respected, accurately represented, and understood on the world stage. These collaborative efforts contribute significantly to a more nuanced and sophisticated global perspective, moving beyond superficial interpretations and cultural stereotypes to a profound and accurate appreciation of the ninja's enduring historical and cultural significance, recognizing their place not just in Japanese history, but in the broader narrative of human ingenuity and covert operations. The intricate relationship between the ninja and the natural environment in which they operated is a fundamental aspect that deserves particular attention in any comprehensive study, serving as a constant silent partner in their survival and success. Their very existence and operational effectiveness were inextricably linked to their acute understanding and masterful utilization of the surrounding landscape. The majestic mountains, the dense, whispering forests, the meandering rivers, and even the subtle, often unpredictable shifts in weather patterns were not merely passive backdrops to their clandestine activities. They were integral, dynamic components of their strategic planning and their very way of life. This profound ecological knowledge allowed them to move with uncanny stealth, to establish ingenious hidden bases that defied detection, and to expertly leverage natural obstacles as formidable defensive barriers or as crucial strategic advantages. Consider, for instance, the dense, ancient forests of Iga and Koga, which provided ideal, impenetrable cover for their clandestine movements, their rigorous training grounds, and their self-sufficient, often isolated communities. They possessed an encyclopedic understanding of the seasonal cycles of plant life, knowing intuitively which plants offered vital sustenance, which possessed potent medicinal properties, and which could be ingeniously used to create natural dyes for camouflage, or even subtle, incapacitating poisons. Their unparalleled ability to navigate treacherous terrain, whether under the harsh glare of the sun or under the profound cloak of night, was not merely a learned skill but a testament to years of exceptionally rigorous training and an intimate, almost spiritual familiarity with every contour and crevice of their surroundings. Furthermore, the ninjas' architectural adaptations, intrinsically woven into their natural environment, reveal a profound and often overlooked ingenuity. Their homes and strongholds, far from being ostentatious displays, were frequently designed to blend seamlessly with the natural landscape, employing sophisticated camouflage techniques and utilizing local, indigenous materials. Hidden rooms, labyrinthine secret passages, and ingeniously concealed escape routes were not mere architectural whims or fanciful additions, but practical, life-saving necessities, deeply integrated into the fundamental design and construction of their dwellings. These structures were often expertly built into the natural contours of hillsides, or discreetly nestled within dense ancient foliage, rendering them incredibly difficult for unsuspecting outsiders to detect, even from close proximity. The famous ninja houses, now often tourist attractions, with their ingenious revolving walls, unexpected trapdoors, and cleverly concealed compartments, are not simply relics of a bygone era. They are tangible, functional evidence of a sophisticated understanding of spatial manipulation and advanced defensive architecture, meticulously designed to provide both absolute security and an immediate, effective means of evasion. This remarkable blend of deep environmental understanding and groundbreaking architectural innovation speaks volumes about their unparalleled adaptive capabilities and their constant, unwavering state of preparedness, a testament to their continuous struggle for survival in a volatile world. The pivotal role of animal observation and interaction in ninja training and operations is another compelling and often underestimated aspect of their holistic approach. The ninja were not just warriors, they were exceptionally keen observers of nature, learning profound lessons from the behaviors of the animals around them. They understood the intricate patterns of birdsong, discerning alarm calls from mating calls, the subtle, almost imperceptible movements of nocturnal creatures in the undergrowth, and the myriad of subtle signs in the environment that indicated the presence of others, whether friend or foe, in the vast wilderness. This deep, intuitive knowledge was not merely for basic survival, it was often ingeniously integrated into their sophisticated intelligence gathering and intricate communication methods. For instance, while perhaps exaggerated in popular culture, the use of trained animals, such as highly disciplined dogs for tracking or even carrier birds for discreet messages or strategic distraction, has verifiable roots in their practical application of animal behavior. Their unparalleled ability to move silently through the forest, mimicking the stealth and predatory grace of a wild animal, was a skill meticulously honed through years of observing and internalizing the natural world around them. This profound, almost symbiotic connection to the animal kingdom further underscores their holistic approach to their craft, viewing themselves not as separate from, but as an integral, adaptable part of a larger, interconnected ecosystem. The philosophical underpinnings of ninjutsu, often intricately intertwined with esoteric Buddhist practices and the animistic beliefs of Shinto, provide a crucial and illuminating lens through which to understand the ninja's complex worldview. While often superficially portrayed as mere assassins or ruthless spies, many dedicated ninja practitioners adhered to a complex ethical code and a profound spiritual framework that meticulously guided their actions, even in the darkest of circumstances. Core concepts like nin, which embodies profound endurance, unwavering perseverance, and masterful stealth, were not simply practical skills to be acquired, but deeply ingrained philosophical principles that permeated every aspect of their being. They actively sought to achieve a state of perfect mental and physical harmony, often through rigorous meditation, mindfulness exercises, and intense self-discipline, which allowed them to remain remarkably calm under unimaginable pressure, to think with unparalleled clarity in the most chaotic of situations, and to endure extreme physical and psychological hardships. This profound spiritual dimension provided them with an inner strength and an almost superhuman resilience that went far beyond mere physical prowess. It was a philosophy of profound adaptability, of finding immense strength in subtlety and indirectness, and of achieving victory through non-confrontational means, often emphasizing self-preservation and the minimization of direct conflict whenever a more strategic, less violent path was available. Moreover, the ninja's sophisticated strategic thinking was profoundly influenced by classical Chinese military treatises, most notably Sun Tzu's timeless The Art of War, which had found its way to Japan centuries before the definitive rise of the ninja. These revered texts, with their profound emphasis on deception, meticulous intelligence gathering, potent psychological warfare, and the paramount importance of knowing both oneself and one's enemy intimately, resonated deeply with the core operational philosophy of the ninja. They understood, with an almost intuitive clarity, that direct, overt confrontation was almost always the least efficient, most dangerous, and most costly path to achieving success. Instead, they placed immense value on the transformative power of misinformation, the subtle disruption of enemy morale, and the ingenious exploitation of weaknesses through subtle, almost imperceptible manipulation. Their strategies were frequently multi-layered, involving long-term, intricate planning, the establishment of vast, intricate networks of informants operating deep within enemy territory, and the unparalleled ability to adapt with lightning speed to constantly changing circumstances on the battlefield or in the political arena. This profound intellectual engagement with sophisticated military theory elevated their actions far beyond simple banditry or mercenary work, firmly positioning them as sophisticated strategic thinkers and masters of psychological warfare in their own right, shaping the course of countless conflicts from the shadows. The economic infrastructure that meticulously supported ninja communities is another fascinating and often overlooked area of study, frequently overshadowed by the more sensationalized accounts of their clandestine activities. Ninja families and clans were not isolated, self-contained entities operating in a vacuum. They were intricately integrated into the broader Japanese economy, albeit often operating skillfully on its fringes. They frequently engaged in a diverse array of legitimate trades and professions, often posing convincingly as humble farmers, shrewd merchants, or skilled artisans, cleverly using these legitimate fronts to gather invaluable intelligence, maintain their vital anonymity, and generate the necessary income to sustain their operations. This ingenious dual existence allowed them to blend seamlessly and invisibly into the fabric of society, making them incredibly difficult for outsiders to identify or suspect. Their legitimate economic activities also provided crucial cover for their rigorous training and the acquisition of their specialized equipment, as the resources generated through their overt work could be discreetly channeled into developing their formidable skills and acquiring the necessary tools for their covert missions. This remarkable self-sufficiency and strategic economic diversification were absolutely crucial for their long-term survival and their highly prized operational independence, highlighting their pragmatic and adaptable approach to sustaining their unique and demanding way of life. The development and continuous evolution of ninja weaponry and tools offer a tangible and compelling glimpse into their unparalleled ingenuity and adaptive capabilities. While popular culture often focuses on fanciful, anachronistic gadgets, the actual tools and weapons of the historical ninja were almost invariably practical, multifunctional, and meticulously designed for their incredibly specific operational needs. The shuriken, for example, while undeniably iconic and instantly recognizable, was merely one of many projectile weapons in their arsenal, often used for critical distraction or to create a fleeting opportunity for escape, rather than as a primary offensive weapon to inflict fatal blows. Their diverse arsenal included ingeniously designed climbing claws for scaling formidable walls, versatile grappling hooks for traversing obstacles and making quick ascents, specialized ropes for bindings or rapid rappelling, and various highly specialized tools for lockpicking and covert entry into fortified locations. Crucially, many of their most effective tools were cleverly disguised as everyday items, further enhancing their ability to blend in seamlessly with the civilian populace. The kama, a common farming sickle, could be devastatingly effective in close combat, while the kusarigama, a more specialized weapon consisting of a sickle with a chain and weighted end, offered both extended reach and entanglement capabilities, making it a formidable defensive and offensive tool. This unwavering emphasis on practicality, adaptability, and deceptive disguise underscores their profoundly innovative approach to problem-solving and their constant, relentless quest for maximum efficiency in their clandestine and often life-threatening work. The often overlooked role of women within ninja communities is a topic that has, thankfully, gained increasing scholarly attention, effectively challenging traditional narratives that frequently portray the ninja as an exclusively male domain. While the precise extent of their direct combat roles may still be debated among historians, it is unequivocally clear that women played significant, multifaceted, and often indispensable roles in ninja operations. They served as highly effective intelligence gatherers, discreet couriers, and even as cunning decoys, cleverly utilizing their social positions and their perceived innocuousness to gain unparalleled access to vital information or to skillfully infiltrate enemy strongholds. Their unique ability to move freely within social circles, often inaccessible to men, such as within noble households, merchant communities, or even as entertainers, rendered them invaluable assets in the complex world of espionage. Furthermore, women were absolutely central to maintaining the domestic, logistical, and communicative infrastructure of ninja communities, ensuring the smooth functioning of their hidden bases, managing resources, and safeguarding the well-being of their families and children. Their contributions, though often less visible in historical records, were undeniably crucial to the overall success, operational efficiency, and long-term sustainability of ninja clans, revealing a far more complex, inclusive, and dynamic picture of ninja society than previously imagined. The profound impact of the Sengoku period, a tumultuous era of intense civil war and pervasive political upheaval in feudal Japan, on the development and widespread proliferation of ninja activities cannot be overstated. This protracted period of constant brutal conflict created an unprecedented and insatiable demand for the highly specialized skills that ninja uniquely offered: meticulous intelligence gathering, devastating sabotage, precision assassination, and sophisticated counterintelligence operations. Daimyo, or powerful feudal lords, eagerly sought out and heavily relied upon the services of ninja clans to gain a decisive advantage over their myriad rivals, recognizing the immense strategic value of covert operations in a landscape of constant warfare. The fragmented political landscape, characterized by constantly shifting alliances and betrayals, provided exceptionally fertile ground for ninja to operate with unparalleled freedom and effectiveness, as their loyalties could be bought, leveraged, or strategically manipulated to serve various warring factions. This period witnessed the ninja evolve dramatically from localized, often self-sufficient, and relatively independent groups into highly organized, strategically vital, and often indispensable entities, their unique skills becoming absolutely crucial tools in the ruthless and unforgiving game of feudal warfare and political intrigue. The pervasive chaos and instability of the Sengoku period, therefore, was not merely a passive backdrop. It was a powerful driving force behind the ninjas' remarkable rise to prominence and the continuous refinement of their unique, highly specialized craft. The eventual decline of the ninja as a distinct and organized force is inextricably tied to the momentous unification of Japan under the powerful Tokugawa shogunate. With the establishment of a centralized, authoritarian, and relatively peaceful government, the demand for covert warfare specialists dramatically plummeted. The era of constant internecine conflict that had so vigorously fueled their existence gave way to a prolonged period of unprecedented stability and order, significantly reducing the widespread need for their unique and often disruptive services. While it is likely that some ninja continued to serve the shogunate in various clandestine capacities, perhaps as secret police, intelligence agents, or even as bodyguards, their overt role as independent mercenary groups largely faded into obscurity. The new political order emphasized strict control, rigid social order, and a degree of transparency, making the inherently clandestine and autonomous nature of traditional ninja operations less desirable, more difficult to sustain, and often actively suppressed. This profound transition from a prolonged age of war to a new age of peace fundamentally altered the operational landscape in which the ninja had once thrived, leading inexorably to their gradual assimilation into other societal roles, or the slow, inevitable fading of their distinct identity as a specialized, independent class of covert operatives. However, the enduring legacy of the ninja did not simply vanish into thin air. It transformed, adapted, and subtly permeated various aspects of Japanese culture. Many of the sophisticated skills, innovative techniques, and profound philosophical principles meticulously developed by the ninja found new and often unexpected applications in the arts, various crafts, and even the spiritual practices of later periods. The core principles of stealth, unwavering discipline, and profound resourcefulness, meticulously honed over centuries of clandestine activity, continued to subtly influence various aspects of Japanese cultural expression. For example, some traditional martial arts schools, while not claiming direct ninja lineage, consciously or unconsciously incorporated elements of ninjutsu into their training methodologies, focusing on practical evasion techniques, ingenious disarming methods, and the strategic use of unconventional weapons. The philosophical aspects of profound endurance, mental fortitude, and adaptability, which were absolutely central to the ninja's worldview, resonated deeply with other spiritual disciplines, such as Zen Buddhism, influencing practices aimed at achieving mental clarity and physical resilience. Even in more mundane aspects of daily life, the ingenious problem-solving and remarkable adaptability that so characterized the ninja found subtle expression in various forms of craftsmanship, strategic thinking, and innovative solutions to everyday challenges. This enduring and often subtle influence, frequently unacknowledged or unrecognized, speaks volumes about the profound and lasting impact the ninja had on the broader cultural fabric of Japan, extending far beyond their direct operational period and permeating the very essence of Japanese ingenuity and resilience. The modern, pervasive fascination with the ninja while often undeniably fueled by sensationalized and historically inaccurate portrayals in popular media, also reflects a deeper, more fundamental human interest in timeless themes of extraordinary skill, profound mystery, and the enduring allure of the underdog. The captivating image of the ninja as a master of stealth, a silent, elusive warrior who operates cunningly outside the conventional rules of warfare and society, continues to capture the imagination of people worldwide, across diverse cultures and demographics. This enduring and widespread appeal has led to the ubiquitous proliferation of ninja imagery and narratives in popular culture, ranging from blockbuster films and immersive video games to captivating literature, compelling comic books, and an array of merchandise. While these pervasive portrayals frequently diverge significantly from historical accuracy, they nevertheless serve as a powerful and inescapable cultural phenomenon, effectively keeping the very idea of the ninja alive and vibrant in the collective global consciousness. It is precisely this popular fascination, however superficial it may initially seem, that often serves as the initial compelling gateway for countless individuals to delve deeper into the actual history, the true complexities, and the nuanced realities of the historical ninja, sparking a genuine curiosity that can, in turn, lead to more informed, accurate, and nuanced understandings. The crucial challenge, then, lies in ingeniously harnessing this widespread popular interest to effectively educate and enlighten, to meticulously separate the pervasive myth from the verifiable reality, and to foster a deeper, more profound appreciation for the ninja's genuine, complex, and often overlooked contributions to the rich tapestry of Japanese history. Trails frequently diverge significantly from historical accuracy. They nevertheless serve as a powerful and inescapable cultural phenomenon, effectively keeping the very idea of the ninja alive and vibrant in the collective global consciousness. It is precisely this popular fascination, however superficial it may initially seem, that often serves as the initial compelling gateway for countless individuals to delve deeper into the actual history, the true complexities, and the nuanced realities of the historical ninja, sparking a genuine curiosity that can in turn lead to more informed, accurate, and nuanced understandings. The crucial challenge, then, lies in ingeniously harnessing this widespread popular interest to effectively educate and enlighten, to meticulously separate the pervasive myth from the verifiable reality, and to foster a deeper, more profound appreciation for the ninja's genuine, complex, and often overlooked contributions to the rich tapestry of Japanese history. Consider, for instance, the intricate and often contradictory portrayals of ninja in popular media, which range from the fantastical, gravity-defying acrobats of countless films and video games to the more grounded, yet still embellished, figures in historical fiction. These depictions, while often entertaining, frequently strip away the gritty pragmatism and the deeply ingrained cultural context that defined the historical shinobi. The exaggerated secrecy, the near-supernatural abilities, and the unwavering loyalty to a single, often nefarious master are all tropes that have become deeply embedded in the popular imagination, overshadowing the more mundane yet equally fascinating aspects of their historical existence. For example, the image of a ninja disappearing in a puff of smoke, a technique known as katon no jutsu or fire escape technique, is a common visual shorthand that has little basis in historical practice, which instead relied on more conventional methods of diversion and evasion, such as smoke bombs made from various incendiary materials, or the strategic use of terrain and darkness. Similarly, the idea of ninja possessing superhuman strength, or the ability to run on water, while thrilling, completely bypasses the rigorous physical training and the ingenious use of specialized equipment that allowed historical shinobi to navigate difficult environments and execute their missions with remarkable stealth and efficiency. The pervasive influence of these mythical elements can be traced back to the Edo period, a time when peace and stability allowed for the flourishing of popular entertainment, including kabuki theater and woodblock prints. These art forms, eager to captivate audiences, began to embellish the already mysterious figures of the shinobi, transforming them into something more theatrical and sensational. Tales of their extraordinary feats, often passed down through oral tradition, were exaggerated and romanticized, gradually blurring the lines between fact and fiction. This process was further accelerated during the Meiji Restoration, a period of rapid modernization and cultural upheaval, when a renewed interest in national identity led to a re-evaluation of historical figures. The ninja, with their aura of secrecy and their association with a bygone era, became potent symbols of a romanticized past, their stories further embellished to fit contemporary narratives. In the 20th century, the advent of cinema and comic books provided new and even more powerful platforms for the dissemination of these ninja myths. Early Japanese films, often drawing heavily from kabuki traditions, continued to portray ninja as shadowy, almost supernatural figures capable of impossible feats. This trend was amplified in the post-World War II era, particularly with the rise of martial arts films and the subsequent global fascination with Eastern mysticism. Hollywood, always keen to capitalize on popular trends, eagerly adopted the ninja motif, often simplifying and exoticizing it for Western audiences. The result was a proliferation of ninja characters who bore little resemblance to their historical counterparts, yet who became incredibly popular, cementing the mythical image in the global consciousness. These cinematic portrayals, while often criticized for their historical inaccuracies, played a crucial role in introducing the concept of the ninja to millions of people who might otherwise never have encountered it. They ignited a spark of curiosity, prompting some to seek out more authentic information, even if that journey began with a highly stylized and fictionalized understanding. The challenge, therefore, lies not in dismissing these popular portrayals outright, but in understanding their power and using them as an entry point for deeper exploration. Instead of simply lamenting the inaccuracies, we can leverage the widespread recognition of the ninja to introduce the nuanced realities of their lives. For example, a discussion about a ninja's seemingly impossible stealth in a movie can lead to an exploration of historical infiltration techniques, such as the use of specialized tools for climbing walls, the careful study of enemy patrol routes, and the mastery of disguise. The fantastical weapons seen in films like oversized shurikens or elaborate ninja swords can serve as a springboard to discuss the actual arsenal of a historical shinobi, which often included more practical items like the kusarigama, a sickle with a chain, the metsubushi blinding powder, and various types of grappling hooks and climbing claws. By drawing these connections, we can transition from the realm of fantasy to the fascinating world of historical ingenuity and resourcefulness. Furthermore, the popular image of the ninja as a solitary, enigmatic assassin can be contrasted with the historical reality of shinobi as highly organized, often family-based groups who served various lords and factions. They were not simply hired killers, but intelligence gatherers, strategists, saboteurs, and sometimes even diplomats. Their training extended far beyond combat skills, encompassing a wide range of disciplines, including espionage, disguise, survival in the wilderness, medicine, and even psychology. This broader understanding enriches the narrative, transforming the one-dimensional assassin into a complex and multifaceted individual operating within a specific historical and cultural context. It allows us to move beyond the simplistic good versus evil dichotomy often presented in popular culture and appreciate the moral ambiguities and political complexities that characterize the lives of historical shinobi. Moreover, the enduring fascination with the ninja can be utilized to shed light on broader aspects of Japanese history and culture. Their existence was intrinsically linked to the tumultuous Sengoku period, a time of constant warfare and political intrigue. Understanding the role of the ninja during this era provides valuable insights into the power struggles between daimyo, the strategies of siege warfare, and the importance of information gathering in a pre-technological age. By examining the historical ninja, we gain a deeper appreciation for the social structures, the ethical codes, and the technological advancements of feudal Japan. The stories of specific shinobi families, like the IGA and Koga clans, offer a glimpse into the unique societal organization of these communities, their specialized skills, and their often strained relationships with the ruling powers. These narratives reveal a world far more intricate and compelling than the simplified depictions often found in popular media. The modern phenomenon of ninja tourism, particularly in areas like Iga Ueno, also exemplifies this dynamic. While these tourist attractions often lean into the more fantastical elements of ninja lore, offering experiences like shuriken throwing and mock ninja training, they also serve as a vital economic engine for these historical regions and provide a tangible connection to the past. These sites, when thoughtfully curated, can offer educational exhibits that bridge the gap between myth and reality, presenting artifacts, historical documents, and accurate information alongside the more entertaining elements. They act as living museums, allowing visitors to engage with the concept of the ninja in a hands-on manner, which can then spark a desire for deeper, more academic understanding. The challenge here is to ensure that the entertainment value does not completely overshadow the historical integrity, but rather acts as a hook to draw people into a more comprehensive learning experience. Ultimately, the enduring legacy of the ninja is a testament to the power of storytelling and the human fascination with mystery and skill. While the popular image may be a heavily fictionalized one, it has undeniably kept the flame of interest burning brightly. The task before us is to skillfully navigate this landscape, to acknowledge the allure of the myth while meticulously uncovering the compelling truths of history. It is about recognizing that the fictional ninja, with all their fantastical abilities, can serve as an invaluable guide, leading us down a path that ultimately reveals the ingenuity, the resilience, and the profound historical significance of the real shinobi, a testament to their true, often overlooked, contributions to the rich and complex tapestry of Japanese history. This ongoing dialogue between myth and reality allows for a more comprehensive and engaging understanding, ensuring that the legacy of the ninja continues to evolve and captivate new generations, inspiring both wonder and a genuine desire to learn. Consider the detailed operational methods of historical shinobi, which often involved a level of meticulous planning and psychological manipulation far beyond simple physical prowess. While popular culture often focuses on their combat skills, a significant portion of a shinobi's training and missions revolved around intelligence gathering and deception. This could involve spending weeks or even months meticulously observing enemy movements, mapping fortifications, and identifying key personnel. Disguise was paramount, not as a mere costume change, but as a deep immersion into the role of a merchant, a monk, a traveling entertainer, or even a low-ranking soldier, allowing them to blend seamlessly into enemy territory without arousing suspicion. This required not only an understanding of various dialects and social customs, but also the ability to adopt the mannerisms and thought processes of the persona being assumed. The historical accounts of shinobi infiltrating castles by posing as construction workers, or gaining trust by offering services as a physician, illustrate a far more sophisticated approach than the typical black-clad, silent assassin. They were masters of human psychology, understanding how to exploit vulnerabilities, spread misinformation, and sow discord among enemy ranks without ever drawing a weapon. Furthermore, the technological innovations attributed to shinobi, often exaggerated in fiction, were in reality rooted in practical engineering and scientific principles of their time. For instance, the use of various tools for climbing walls, such as grappling hooks with multiple prongs or specialized climbing claws, was not magical, but a testament to clever design and material science. Their knowledge of explosives, while not on the scale of modern warfare, was advanced for the era, involving the careful preparation of black powder and incendiary devices for sabotage and diversions. The invention of specialized underwater breathing apparatus, though rudimentary, demonstrates an ingenuity aimed at practical solutions for infiltration. These were not mystical powers, but the result of rigorous experimentation and adaptation, often drawing upon knowledge from various fields like metallurgy, chemistry, and carpentry. By examining these historical tools and techniques, we can appreciate the shinobi as pragmatic inventors and engineers, constantly seeking an edge in their dangerous profession. The social and political context in which shinobi operated also adds layers of complexity often absent from popular portrayals. They were not simply independent agents, but often served powerful daimyo, vying for control during the tumultuous Sengoku period. Their loyalties could be fluid, shifting with the political winds, and their services were often sought by multiple factions. This made their profession inherently dangerous, as betrayal was a constant threat, and their identities had to be meticulously guarded to protect their families and communities. The relationship between a shinobi and their lord was often a delicate balance of trust and suspicion, with both sides understanding the inherent risks and rewards. This dynamic is a far cry from the unwavering, almost robotic loyalty often depicted in fiction, and instead reveals a more human element of pragmatism and survival. Moreover, the ethical considerations surrounding the shinobi's actions were far more nuanced than simply good or evil. While their missions often involved assassination, sabotage, and espionage, these actions were undertaken within a specific moral framework of their time, often justified by the imperatives of war and the survival of their clan or lord. They operated in a world where violence was a common currency of power, and their methods, while unconventional, were often seen as necessary for achieving strategic objectives. Exploring these ethical dilemmas allows for a more mature understanding of their role in history, moving beyond simplistic judgments and into the complexities of human behavior in times of conflict. It encourages a discussion about the nature of warfare, the morality of covert operations, and the difficult choices individuals are forced to make in extreme circumstances. The enduring fascination with the ninja also speaks to universal human themes: the allure of the hidden, the power of knowledge, and the struggle for survival against overwhelming odds. The idea of a skilled individual operating in the shadows, possessing secret knowledge and abilities, resonates deeply with our intrinsic curiosity about the unknown. This archetypal appeal transcends cultural boundaries and historical periods, allowing the ninja to remain a potent symbol even in an age of advanced technology and global transparency. Their stories, even in their mythologized forms, tap into our desire for mastery, for self-reliance, and for the ability to overcome challenges through ingenuity and determination. This makes the ninja a powerful lens through which to explore broader philosophical questions about identity, morality, and the nature of power. Therefore, the task of separating myth from reality is not about diminishing the appeal of the ninja, but about enriching it. It is about moving from a superficial appreciation of a cool aesthetic to a deeper understanding of a complex historical phenomenon. By engaging with both the fantastical and the factual, we can create a more robust and meaningful narrative that honors both the enduring power of the legend and the fascinating truth of history. This approach allows us to appreciate the artistry of popular culture while simultaneously fostering a critical and informed perspective, encouraging audiences to ask questions, to seek out primary sources, and to construct their own nuanced understanding of these enigmatic figures. The journey from fictionalized hero to historical agent is a rewarding one, revealing a world far richer and more compelling than any single depiction could ever fully capture. The widespread impact of the ninja on global pop culture cannot be overstated, serving as a powerful, albeit often distorted, ambassador for a particular facet of Japanese history. From the early 20th century adventure novels that first introduced the concept to a wider audience, often with significant embellishments, to the iconic martial arts films of the 1980s that cemented the image of the black-clad warrior in the Western consciousness, the ninja has undergone a continuous process of reinterpretation and adaptation. These cinematic portrayals, while frequently prioritizing spectacle over accuracy, nevertheless played a pivotal role in popularizing the very idea of a secret Japanese warrior. Think of the impact of films like Enter the Ninja or the American Ninja series, which, despite their often outlandish plots and questionable martial arts techniques, introduced an entire generation to the concept of these mysterious operatives, sparking an initial, albeit superficial, interest in Japanese culture and martial arts. Beyond the silver screen, video games have perhaps been the most influential medium in shaping contemporary perceptions of the ninja. Titles such as Ninja Gaiden, Tenchu, and Metal Gear Solid have reimagined the ninja for a digital age, often blending traditional aesthetics with futuristic elements or supernatural abilities. These games allow players to embody the ninja, experiencing firsthand, albeit in a virtual sense, the stealth, agility, and combat prowess associated with the legend. The interactive nature of video games creates a more immersive experience, fostering a deeper connection with the character and their world. While these games rarely aim for historical accuracy, they contribute significantly to the cultural omnipresence of the ninja, ensuring that new generations continue to encounter and engage with the concept, even if it is through a highly stylized and fantastical lens. The intricate level design of many stealth games, for instance, often mirrors the strategic thinking required for historical infiltration. Even if the tools and methods are vastly different, the influence extends even further into anime and manga, where ninja characters are protagonists in some of the most globally recognized franchises. Naruto, for example, has become a worldwide phenomenon, presenting a vibrant, fantastical world where ninja are central to the social and political fabric. While Naruto freely invents its own elaborate system of jutsu and ninja abilities, it also subtly incorporates elements of historical ninja philosophy, such as the importance of teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. It effectively uses the established popular image of the ninja as a familiar and appealing framework to tell a complex story about friendship, ambition, and conflict, thereby reintroducing the concept to a new, younger audience. This illustrates how even highly fictionalized narratives can serve as a cultural touchstone, drawing individuals towards a broader understanding of the underlying historical and cultural context from which these legends sprang. Moreover, the ninja's aesthetic has permeated fashion, art, and even advertising, becoming a globally recognized symbol of stealth, skill, and disciplined power. The iconic black attire, while often historically inaccurate as a uniform for all missions, has become synonymous with the ninja, influencing costume design and character archetypes across various media. This visual shorthand instantly communicates certain qualities and expectations to an audience, further reinforcing the popular image. The prevalence of ninja-themed toys, action figures, and merchandise also plays a role in solidifying this image from an early age, embedding the concept deep within popular consciousness. Every time a child plays with a ninja action figure or watches a cartoon featuring a ninja character, the legend is subtly reinforced and perpetuated. However, this pervasive popularization also presents a significant challenge: how to navigate the vast ocean of fictionalized content to uncover the kernels of historical truth. The sheer volume and widespread acceptance of mythical ninja portrayals can make it difficult for individuals to discern fact from fiction. This is where the role of historians, educators, and documentary filmmakers becomes crucial. Their task is not to dismiss the popular appeal, but to strategically utilize it as an engagement tool, a bridge from the fantastical to the factual. By acknowledging the entertainment value of popular ninja media, they can then gently guide audiences towards a more nuanced and accurate understanding. For example, a discussion about the exaggerated acrobatics of a cinematic ninja can lead to an exploration of the rigorous physical conditioning and specialized climbing techniques employed by historical shinobi, highlighting their practical ingenuity rather than supernatural abilities. The process of deconstructing the myth involves examining the historical evidence, which includes primary sources such as shinobi manuals like the Bansen Shukai and Shaninki, as well as historical chronicles and anecdotal accounts. These documents, though often codified and sometimes obscure, provide invaluable insights into the actual training, philosophy, and operational methods of historical ninja. They reveal a focus on principles like stealth, deception, information gathering, and survival, rather than overt combat. They detail techniques for disguise, methods for constructing various tools and weapons, and strategies for psychological warfare, offering a far more grounded and intricate picture than popular fiction often allows. By presenting these historical details in an accessible and engaging manner, we can effectively counter the pervasive myths and offer a richer, more authentic understanding. Furthermore, exploring the regional variations and family traditions within historical shinobi culture adds another layer of depth that is often absent from generalized popular portrayals. The IGA and Koga clans, for instance, each develop distinct techniques and philosophies, reflecting their unique geographical locations and historical circumstances. Understanding these differences helps to break down the monolithic image of the ninja and reveals a more diverse and complex historical reality. It allows us to appreciate the localized knowledge and specialized skills that were cultivated within these communities, often passed down through generations. This level of detail transforms the abstract concept of a ninja into a tangible historical entity, rooted in specific times and places. The enduring fascination with the ninja also serves as a valuable gateway to understanding broader aspects of Japanese history and culture. Their existence was deeply intertwined with the social, political, and military landscapes of feudal Japan. By studying the ninja, we gain insights into the values, power structures, and technological advancements of the period. Their stories offer a unique perspective on the challenges and innovations of a pre-modern society, highlighting the importance of intelligence, adaptation, and unconventional warfare. This makes the ninja not just an interesting historical curiosity, but a lens through which to explore the broader tapestry of Japanese civilization. In conclusion, the ninja's journey from historical operative to global pop culture icon is a fascinating case study in the evolution of legend. While popular portrayals have often prioritized spectacle over accuracy, they have undeniably kept the concept alive and vibrant in the collective consciousness. The crucial challenge, and indeed the opportunity, lies in harnessing this widespread fascination as a means to educate and enlighten, to bridge the gap between myth and reality, and to foster a deeper, more profound appreciation for the genuine contributions of the historical shinobi. By thoughtfully engaging with both the fantastical and the factual, we can ensure that the legacy of the ninja continues to inspire curiosity, spark intellectual inquiry, and contribute to a more nuanced understanding of Japanese history and culture for generations to come. This ongoing interplay between legend and truth is what ultimately gives the ninja their enduring power and relevance in the modern world. It is a testament to the human desire for stories that blend the extraordinary with the subtly plausible, allowing for both entertainment and enlightenment to coexist. The ninja, in all their varied forms, continue to be a mirror reflecting our own fascinations with skill, secrecy, and the limits of human capability. Joy, and indeed the opportunity, lies in harnessing this widespread fascination as a means to educate and enlighten, to bridge the gap between myth and reality, and to foster a deeper, more profound appreciation for the genuine contributions of the historical shinobi. By thoughtfully engaging with both the fantastical and the factual, we can ensure that the legacy of the ninja continues to inspire curiosity, spark intellectual inquiry, and contribute to a more nuanced understanding of Japanese history and culture for generations to come. This ongoing interplay between legend and truth is what ultimately gives the ninja their enduring power and relevance in the modern world. It is a testament to the human desire for stories that blend the extraordinary with the subtly plausible, allowing for both entertainment and enlightenment to coexist. The ninja, in all their varied forms, continue to be a mirror reflecting our own fascinations with skill, secrecy, and the limits of human capability. The enduring allure of the ninja transcends mere historical curiosity. It speaks to deeper human psychological archetypes and societal desires. The idea of a hidden master, operating outside conventional constraints, embodies a certain freedom and power that resonates deeply within us. This fascination is not new. Even in their own time, the shinobi were subjects of both fear and awe, their exploits whispered about in hushed tones, often exaggerated to near mythical proportions. This inherent mystique laid the groundwork for the fantastical interpretations that would proliferate centuries later. One significant aspect of this enduring allure is the concept of mastery. The ninja are universally depicted as masters of their craft, whether it be espionage, combat, or survival. This mastery is not merely about physical prowess. It extends to mental discipline, strategic thinking, and an almost supernatural understanding of their environment. In a world where many feel a lack of control or expertise, the image of the ninja offers a powerful fantasy of complete competence and self-sufficiency. This ideal of mastery fuels much of the modern fascination, inspiring countless individuals to pursue martial arts, survival skills, or even strategic thinking in their own lives, albeit often without the immediate life or death stakes of the historical shinobi. The element of secrecy also plays a crucial role in their lasting appeal. In an increasingly transparent and interconnected world, the notion of individuals who can operate entirely outside the gaze of society holds a certain romanticism. The ninja's ability to move unseen, to gather information without detection, and to execute their missions with absolute discretion taps into a primal human desire for hidden knowledge and power. This secrecy allows for projection because so little is definitively known about them. The ninja become a blank canvas upon which we can paint our own desires and fears, imagining them as ultimate heroes or terrifying villains, depending on the narrative. This ambiguity, far from diminishing their appeal, enhances it, making them adaptable to a vast array of storytelling contexts. Furthermore, the ninja embody a potent blend of individual agency and collective purpose. While often depicted as solitary figures, they were also part of intricate networks and clans, serving a larger objective beyond personal gain. This duality, the highly skilled individual operating within a structured, secretive organization, offers a compelling narrative framework. It speaks to the human desire for belonging and purpose, even while celebrating individual excellence and autonomy. This balance between the lone wolf and the pack animal contributes to their complexity and makes them relatable on multiple levels. The influence of the ninja on modern popular culture is undeniable and pervasive, reaching far beyond the shores of Japan. From the early 20th century, as Japan opened up to the West and its unique culture began to capture global imagination, the ninja emerged as a particularly exotic and intriguing figure. Early depictions, often fueled by sensationalized pulp fiction and exaggerated accounts, began to solidify the image of the black-clad, stealthy assassin that dominates popular consciousness today. These initial portrayals, while historically inaccurate, were instrumental in embedding the ninja into the global lexicon of archetypal heroes and villains. In cinema, the ninja have undergone numerous transformations. The 1960s and 70s saw the rise of Japanese period films, often featuring ninja as supporting characters or antagonists, showcasing their acrobatic skills and mysterious techniques. However, it was arguably the 1980s that truly launched the ninja into international superstardom. Hollywood, with its penchant for action and spectacle, embraced the ninja wholeheartedly, often divorcing them entirely from their historical context. Films like Enter the Ninja and American Ninja presented a highly stylized, often fantastical version of the ninja, focusing on flashy martial arts, exotic weaponry, and a clear good versus evil dichotomy. These films, while contributing to many of the common misconceptions, were undeniably successful in popularizing the image and concept of the ninja worldwide, particularly among younger audiences. The 1990s continued this trend, with animated series and video games further cementing the ninja's place in global pop culture. Franchises like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, despite their overtly comedic and fantastical nature, introduced the concept of ninja to an entirely new generation, albeit in a highly anthropomorphic and pizza-loving form. Video games such as Ninja Gaiden and Mortal Kombat capitalized on the ninja's inherent coolness and combat prowess, allowing players to embody these stealthy warriors and execute incredible feats of skill. These interactive mediums provided a deeper level of engagement, allowing audiences to not just watch but to become the ninja. Even if only virtually, the turn of the millennium and the subsequent decades have seen a more nuanced, though still often fantastical, approach to the ninja. While the black-clad assassin remains a staple, there has been a growing interest in exploring the more philosophical and strategic aspects of ninjutsu. Anime series like Naruto have achieved massive global success by blending traditional ninja elements with themes of friendship, destiny, and personal growth, creating complex narratives that resonate with millions. These modern interpretations often attempt to integrate elements of the historical shinobi's resourcefulness and intelligence, even while maintaining the exciting superhuman abilities that audiences have come to expect. Beyond entertainment, the ninja have also subtly influenced other aspects of modern life. The concept of ninja skills has entered everyday language, used to describe someone who is exceptionally stealthy, efficient, or adept at avoiding detection. Business strategies sometimes borrow from perceived ninja tactics, emphasizing discretion, rapid deployment, and strategic intelligence gathering. Even in technology, the term ninja coder or ninja developer is used to describe highly skilled and efficient programmers who can solve complex problems with elegant, often unseen solutions. This linguistic and conceptual permeation demonstrates just how deeply the ninja archetype has embedded itself into our collective consciousness. However, this widespread cultural adoption also comes with a responsibility. The pervasive nature of the fantastical ninja often overshadows the historical reality, leading to a superficial understanding of a complex and fascinating aspect of Japanese history. It becomes crucial for educators, historians, and even content creators to navigate this terrain carefully. While embracing the entertainment value of the mythical ninja, there is an opportunity to gently guide audiences towards a more accurate understanding of their historical counterparts. This can be achieved through documentaries, well-researched historical fiction, and educational initiatives that contextualize the shinobi within their turbulent historical period. The challenge lies in balancing the undeniable appeal of the legend with the often less glamorous, but equally compelling, truth. The real shinobi were not magic-wielding assassins, but rather highly resourceful intelligence operatives, guerrilla fighters, and survival experts who played a critical role in the power struggles of feudal Japan. Their skills were rooted in practical knowledge of their environment, psychological manipulation, and strategic thinking, rather than supernatural abilities. By highlighting these genuine attributes, their adaptability, their resilience, their ingenuity, we can present a version of the ninja that is both historically accurate and incredibly inspiring. Consider the role of the shinobi as intelligence gatherers. In an era before sophisticated communication networks, reliable intelligence was paramount for military success. The shinobi excelled at this, employing disguises, infiltration techniques, and a vast network of informants to gather crucial information about enemy troop movements, fortifications, and morale. This aspect of their work, while less flashy than a shuriken throw, was arguably far more impactful on the course of history. Understanding this transforms the ninja from a mere fighter into a strategic asset, a master of information warfare. Their expertise in guerrilla warfare also deserves greater recognition. Operating in mountainous, often inhospitable terrain, the shinobi developed tactics that maximized their limited resources against larger, more conventional armies. They mastered ambushes, sabotage, and demoralization techniques, striking swiftly and disappearing before the enemy could effectively retaliate. This reflects not just combat skill, but a profound understanding of logistics, psychology, and the art of asymmetric warfare. These were not just warriors, they were strategists and tacticians who understood how to leverage their unique advantages. Moreover, the shinobi were masters of survival and adaptation. Their training involved extensive knowledge of nature, including edible plants, medicinal herbs, and animal behavior. They understood camouflage, tracking, and the construction of temporary shelters. These were essential skills for operatives who often had to live off the land for extended periods, far behind enemy lines. This connection to nature and their ability to thrive in harsh environments adds another layer of depth to their historical profile, showcasing them as true wilderness experts. By emphasizing these aspects, we can enrich the modern understanding of the ninja without necessarily stripping away all the excitement. We can present them as figures of historical significance, whose real-world skills were so extraordinary that they bordered on the legendary. This approach allows for a continued appreciation of the fantastical elements in popular culture, while simultaneously fostering a deeper, more informed respect for the historical figures who inspired them. The continued evolution of the ninja narrative, from mythical assassin to historical operative and back again, underscores the dynamic interplay between imagination and fact. Each generation reinterprets the ninja through its own cultural lens, reflecting contemporary anxieties, desires, and technological advancements. The digital age, for instance, has embraced the ninja as avatars of stealth and agility in virtual worlds, where the lines between reality and fiction are deliberately blurred. This digital representation often allows for a more direct and immersive experience, letting players inhabit the role of a ninja and engage with their perceived abilities in a way that passive consumption of media cannot. The fantastical elements, such as impossible jumps or magical techniques, become seamlessly integrated into the gameplay, further solidifying these exaggerated traits in the popular imagination. Yet, even within these digital realms, there are opportunities for historical grounding. Some games and media productions have begun to incorporate more historically informed details into their designs. Whether it's the architecture of a feudal Japanese castle, the specific types of weaponry used, or the social structures that would have influenced a shinobi's mission. This subtle inclusion of factual elements can serve as an entry point for curious audiences, prompting them to research the real history behind the fantastical veneer. It's a delicate balance, but one that can effectively bridge the entertainment gap and educational potential. The academic study of ninja, while still a relatively niche field, has also grown in recent decades. Scholars are meticulously poring over primary sources, examining historical accounts, military treatises, and clan records to piece together a more accurate picture of the shinobi. This academic rigor helps to peel back the layers of myth and reveal the pragmatic, often brutal realities of their existence. It's through this careful research that we understand the strategic importance of information gathering, the psychological warfare tactics, and the sheer resourcefulness required